Listen to me. I carry that kind of love in my heart that you would never find. See, niggas scared of they demons, I make friends with mine. I might have been the truth, but I never lied. I need something to feel alive when I'm dead inside. All my personal issues I'm learning to set aside. Cause I planted the seed and niggas came with pesticides. Give y'all my testimony, but never would testify. Will buy lunch for the reaper to see who next it. Bitch, I've been cold since the snotty nose. Since I was drinking tap water out the water hose. Since I was stealing shit from Trey cause my main buy me clothes. Since I was robbing people's houses and got honor roll. Shit, I was 9 when I made the decision. I'ma go platinum like FUBU. That's when I learned the same ones who love you or try to use you. Everybody trying to win so nobody cry when they lose you. We had nothing in the crib we could eat but some ramen noodles.
Oh my gosh, I cannot keep up. These East Coast Negroes, these East Coast Negroes. I don't even have nothing set up. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, is it daylight savings time? Did that shit hit? Did daylight savings time hit? That green is a little too bright for my liking. Hold on, let's see here. What the hell? I can't get nothing together. I can't get nothing together. Is this why I went through a divorce? One divorce in my life? Hold on. Nope, too damn dark. Hold on. Working with the greens here, guys. Working with the greens. I can't do this shit. This is just not. This ain't hitting. Lord, this is not hitting. What the heck? What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? It's just going to be me for a while. It's just going to be me for a while because I typically do a show at 8:15 my time. I'm in Arizona. Arizona, the time never changes. Hold on, let me see if the chat is letting me know. Is it daylight savings time? What is going on here? Stargate is like, why are you doing the show an hour early? I'm like, what are you talking about? I do the show at 8:15 on Thursdays every single Thursday. What are you talking about? She's like, it's an hour early. What are you doing? Okay, so if you're on the East Coast, what time is it? What time is it if you're on the East Coast? Because I do the show at 8:15 every single Thursday. This is so weird. This is so weird. But anyways, look, I'm a seasoned vet. I could talk about divorce. Okay, you're Central 11. Hmm. What the girl? Girl. Wow. And now she's talking about, listen, Stargate's hitting me up talking about, oh, I'm going to be 30 minutes late since you starting early. I'm going to be 30 minutes late. What happened is on the East Coast. Stargate hit me up and she actually said, you usually start at 11:15. You usually start. There's about to be some divorces in aCodeFam, god damn it. God damn. I'm finna divorce these Negroes. I'm filing the paperwork. Has anybody seen Stephanie Collins? Stephanie Collins is a defense attorney. Stephanie Collins can probably do divorces. Has anybody seen Stephanie Collins run it? Look at this. Look at this bullshit. Look at this. Look at the bullshit. Now, Identity, we know Identity is always late. So, I mean, there's that. But for Stargate to make excuses and then try to, what did Shakim tell me? And then try to play on my intelligence? She trying to play on my intelligence? Did I not download the right? Oh, yeah, I did. Okay, hold on. She trying to play on my intelligence. Well, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate it. This is going to be a great show. We are going to be talking about something pretty heavy. It's a deep discussion, but I think it's a needed discussion. I think sometimes in the black community, for whatever reason, we make a lot of things taboo. You know what I mean? A lot of things taboo that we don't speak on those things. We don't speak on those things. One of the things that are taboo that we have to really start addressing is real emotions in black men. I think that's going to be key. I think that's going to be a topic that we're definitely going to have to discuss because I think that's where a lot of violence comes from because a lot of black men don't know how to express genuine emotions. They don't know how to express those things, so it comes out in different types of ways. Now, I'm not saying emotional like femininity and shit like that, or complaining and whining and crying and shit like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the deeper, darker emotions and feelings that we sometimes suppress, that we bury deep, deep down inside, that can have genuine psychological effects on us when they manifest. I mean, I'm talking about psychological scars that we probably haven't dealt with since slavery. That's almost ingrained in black folks' DNA. So if we don't get that checked out through what? Through various forms, especially therapy, there can be some deep, deep, deep trouble. You know what I mean? Which is why we're able to turn on one another so easy. So I think that discussion definitely needs to be had. But that's a taboo, right? We don't want to talk about feelings like that. You don't want to be no bitch. I ain't no bitch. You know what I mean? I know. But that's just not the case. That see, they psychologically got to our minds. They jacked us up, and they think that mental health, making sure that we have mental health, they put it in our minds that for us, getting mental health is bitch made. That's bitch made, and I can't stand that shit. Like I can't stand that shit. Now I'm not here to push any type of religion or anything like that, but I will tell you this: it was through a sense or a form of religion that I was able to break through those barriers. But I'm no longer a pastor. I no longer subscribe to any type of religion or anything like that. But I'm just letting you know that it was through a form of genuine religion that helped me break through that. All right, so let me say what's up to the folk in the chat. You know what I mean? And then we'll jump right into oh Lord. Why on a day like this, Travail? Why, brother? Why are you telling me to shut up, brother? Why are you telling me to shut up on a day like this, Travail? Why do you have to look? I haven't been live on this channel forever, Travail. Why can't we just let bygones be bygones, brother? Can we not just let bygones? Do you have to harbor bitterness, bro? I just talked about the sense of regulating, emotions and suppressing these things down, and here you are, man. And here you are. No, I hope you're doing good, man. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. What a perfect person to be here for this topic because the range of emotions that you probably had to go through, and the only reason I'm speaking on this is because you actually had your relationship public. So, the range of emotions that you actually had to go through to be where you're at right now, one of the successes, you didn't know if you were going to split up, you didn't know if you were going to stay together, you were on a roller coaster ride, but you ended up staying together, and at the end, the love worked for your marriage. You know what I mean? The dedication, the commitment, all that stuff, you know, uh, uh, prevailed at the end. So thank you for being here to join this conversation. So what's up, Jessica Michelle? Hey, I didn't hear much. I didn't hear much from Jay Dunn today. I'm shocked. Maybe she's getting banned off of panels or whatever or something. Because I could have sworn I was gonna get lit up today. Ron P, the best moderator in all of the world, all of the universe, in every single galaxy. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, look at this. At least the homie is here. What's up, Identity?
Allow me to reintroduce myself. Greatness.
What up, man? What's
What's
good?
up,
What's
bro?
good,
Hey,
bro?
what time is it right now, G? For you?
25 after.
25 after 11?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Stargate on some bullshit.
Well, this one's about marriages and divorce, man. She don't want to be here for this bullshit, man.
She told me she wanted to be here because she's like a veteran in this shit. She's like, I'm a
No.
seasoned vet. I'll be here. She said
Damn,
she's gonna
damn. My
drive.
bad
She
to
said she's
interrupt.
gonna
My
drive the
bad to
show.
interrupt.
No, 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 no. You're good. So while we're waiting on Stargate, who said she's going to be 30 minutes late, and she said we
Hmm.
usually start at 11:15. I'm like, wait a second. Am I missing something? Am I?
I don't know
Am
what that means,
I?
bro.
I know. I don't know. I was talking about how our next show should be about the psychological effects that, well, no, emotions, just like black men and emotions and letting that shit out sometimes, you know what I mean? And not harboring or
Hmm.
suppressing and doing all that, because it causes a lot more damage when we suppress those emotions, you know what I mean? Because I know growing up I couldn't show any real type of emotions,
Yeah,
I'd be
yeah. Well,
I'd be
that's
labeled.
called being a man, right?
Ugh, can't stand it. Can't stand it. So yeah, so there's that. I mean, look, my son, he promoted, man, and if I know Identity knows about my kids, I know Stargate, and I know like a lot of people that used to watch me back in the day and know about CodeFam. They know my kids are rock stars. I don't know how else to put it. I don't know how else to say it. I just don't know how. I don't know how. I'm not trying to brag. I'm not trying to do anything like that. But my kids, everywhere they go, they're the best at whatever it is that they do. And so my son promoted today out of eighth grade, about to go into high school, and he was pretty much the valedictorian at his school. So he had to give all these speeches and stuff, and it was pretty cool. But during the speech, man, he had everybody and their grandmama crying, and he was up there crying. You know what I mean? And there's some real emotions. And he had all the
Hmm.
staff, all the teachers, me, mom, everybody in the crowd, everybody, big brother, everybody crying because he knew how to connect with all of us. You know what I mean? And that takes a deep understanding that takes emotional intelligence, and that takes a deep understanding of, of being able to express yourself. Like he has that understanding of how to express himself. So
Nice,
yeah, it was
nice.
pretty, it was
Proud
pretty cool.
moment.
Yeah, we captured it, man. I might put it on the channel that, you know what I'm gonna do? Because there is a channel that I didn't private the whole channel, but I did private all my videos on the channel. I might use all those videos that are privated for membership only, so that people can get a deep dive or a deep look into my life, man.
But then you just gonna have the haters pay for it.
Oh yeah.
You ain't gonna avoid it, bro.
I know, you're right. Dang,
Be
man. So how
careful. You gotta be careful, man.
I know. Like now it's crazy. Now it's real crazy because when we were just in the sector, I didn't mind having my family like all over YouTube like they were. But now that I'm seeing what they be doing in the beefing sector, I'm like, God damn, let me go ahead and remove these videos.
Jeez, bro.
Shoot, man. All right, so Germ on the board is here. We got to do Stargate's job. Damn it. Germ on the board is here. Oh shit.
What up, Churn?
TMO is here. I know once we drop the link, it's over for Star. TMO gonna come up here and probably cuss her
Mm-mm.
ass out. So we got to make sure we get all the good information out first before we drop the link. K and Bay is here. Shoot,
Hey,
misunderstood. Let's go.
this is an
Misunderstood is here.
audience that I'm not privy to, so I'm learning these names. I don't know them
Yeah, yeah,
right off
yeah.
the top.
Yeah, and they real cool people. I think you'll be digging them. I think you'll be digging them. All right, so if anybody new comes in, blame Stargate if I don't see you, and if I missed you, please blame Stargate. Everything is blame Stargate. Jason is here. Thank you for being here. All right, so the topic is divorce. Divorce, 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 divorce. Now, Identity,
Oh,
you've
this
never
ought to
been
be fun.
you've never been divorced, right?
Hell no.
No, so you've never been divorced, but you've been in a really bad breakup.
I was in a long term, so it wasn't marriage, but it was long.
It was a long-term relationship. So I don't
Yeah.
want this to just stick with divorce, because sometimes separation and long-term relationship breakups have just the same amount of psychological effect as a divorce. You know what I mean?
I mean, they
So
hurt too. They just not on paper legal. Like that's
right,
the main
right.
difference, right? You can up and leave, but it ain't that clean. Like it ain't that sweet.
No, it's not. It's not. Now, So Stargate has been through a divorce, and I think her divorce was a little rocky. My divorce, because I did get divorced, my divorce was clean, but I'm gonna be honest, there's no such thing as a clean divorce. There's no such thing as a clean divorce. Even though we agreed on pretty much everything, it still got ugly. Isn't that crazy? Like it
Is it is
still
it is a
got
better
ugly.
word like amicable?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That
Well,
would be a
well, you would
better
think,
word.
yeah, yeah, you would think like, yeah, okay, mutual, amicable. You know what I mean? You would think, yeah, okay, cool, here we go. But I'm just gonna go ahead and generalize this statement. Every single divorce hurts. I don't give a damn what anybody says. No, it was clean. We had a divorce party. We did it. It was cool. No, every single divorce hurts because there was a point of time in our lives and in your long breakup. There was a point of time in our lives where we committed ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We committed ourselves. This was supposed to be a forever thing. We realized that the compatibility is just not there and we decided to split up. That split up is a real thing. It's a real thing. And there are psychological effects that come with it and that you're just
Yep.
going to have to deal with, right? The first thing that I want to talk about that I really, really want to get into, and a lot of this is me, bro. Like, I'm not even going articles on this because, I thought first off, I thought Stargate was going to be up here to give the opposite side because I'm supposed to be clean, hers is supposed to be messy, yours is supposed to be breakup. You know what I mean? So we were going to have those dynamics, but her ass is late as hell. Her ass is late as
That's
hell.
all right.
So,
That's all right.
so the first thing I want to go to is coming to terms. All right, you gotta come to terms. Now, when I knew that I wanted to get a divorce because I'm the one that initiated that. Isn't that crazy? Typically, you wouldn't think that, like the like the guy, like I'm
I
the
don't think
one.
I knew that part that you were you
Yeah,
you were the catalyst to get that
I
thing
would.
started.
I was the catalyst to get it started, and the
Hmm.
real reason why, and I know a lot of people don't want to hear this because I made my own story salacious on purpose, but the real reason why is because I could not live a particular lifestyle. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Wait,
Now,
what does that mean? Like, because that could mean like you couldn't live to be faithful, you couldn't live to be monogamous, couldn't live to
right.
be like what does that mean specifically if you don't want to get too deep
I
into it though?
couldn't I couldn't live with the sneaking around. There was a lot of sneaking. Now, I know this doesn't sound real, but it's real. In my past relationship, in my past marriage, there was a lot of sneaking around that we both knew about, but nobody would talk about. I don't
On both
understand it
parties?
on both sides. We knew what was happening in our relationship, but it
Mm.
was like a quiet as kept moment. And it was one of those things to where like I know you're having your fun and you know I'm having my fun. Now let's just go when we meet up with family and friends and all that shit. Let's put on this fake ass smile as if we're the Brady Bunch or some bullshit. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And the fun, quote unquote, you're having your fun, I'm having my fun. It was not fun for me. I'm I'm sorry. It was not fun for me. I am a one woman man. That's it. Like I can't be going around like that's just not my style. Like that's just not who I am. I can't be going around just, I can't. Like I can't. I can't do it. And in my mind, I can't imagine my wife actually doing that shit. You see what I'm saying? So I couldn't. There's no way I could even
So
be in
so
an
was
open
it
relationship.
like it was like guilt?
Yeah, there was tons of guilt going with it, and I did not like share. I didn't like sharing. And what's crazy? Here's the thing, and you got to remember, my ex and I were both young, right? And so pretty much we were pretty much being manipulated by some old heads, man. You know what I mean? Like they were pretty
Mm.
much taking advantage of our marriage. You know what I mean? So because we were young and dumb, right?
Oh,
We were
y'all
just
both had some old schools?
we both had some old schools all up in our
Okay.
marriage. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
And they pretty much just destroyed our marriage. But I'm the one that was like, I can't do this shit. I can't do it. You know what I mean? And so I had to come to terms with it. It took me about 2 months. Like when I knew I wanted out, it took me 2 months to work up the nerve to even utter the words. You know what I mean? I think
Right.
that was like I think I lost a little bit of hair because imagine being
It got
yeah,
old quick.
got old quick. Imagine being 19, going on 20, really. You know what I mean? And you have to, you know what I'm saying? You have to do this shit. Yeah, yeah. We were both the same age. What happened? Absolutely.
Now, what happened is saying it was an open marriage. I wouldn't define that as an open marriage
No,
if
it
you're not
wasn't.
willing to talk about it.
We weren't. We weren't. And this is the thing that well, no, I'm not gonna get into the actual story because the story has been out there. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
made it the way it is just so that I can get through the shit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't wanna get into the meat and potatoes of the actual story, but I do want to talk about the divorce portion of it because I definitely had to work up the nerve. And when I did finally work up the nerve and let her know that I wanted yeah, you know who's here. Let me bring her ass up.
I wonder what word
Mhm,
triggered her.
mhm.
I sorry, I looked at the wrong clock.
Lord Jesus,
Oh, Jesus.
this is crazy. You had me over here tripping like I'm crazy or
Yo,
something.
let's see. Who was in the chat saying, "Oh my God"? They say, "Please give Stargate another chance." Like, please don't hold it. I think
That
it
was
was Ron
Ron
P.
P. It was
Ron P.
Ron P.
Thank you, Ron P. Listen,
hmm
I looked at the wrong clock. Y'all know I'm a bird. I apologize.
Hey,
Yep.
I'm tired of you using that as an excuse. Come on
Right.
now.
When am I ever late? When am I ever
Today.
late? Like the first time I'm ever late, here I am.
Yeah, but
The
you had me
first,
looking crazy.
I apologize. But see,
Like to
identity,
myself. I'm like,
Hey,
like
don't
what
put my name under this one. I was early late tonight.
you was early late.
Yeah, yeah, I was early late.
that means he was on time.
He was on time.
All right, see, Trini gal, she's already taking shots. So did you have a spiritual divorce like Stargate? What's going
Listen,
on?
I had a legal divorce and a spiritual divorce.
I know. I know. You did. You did.
In the spiritual divorce, I
Not
got
your
more
spiritual honey. They
money.
said you was on your spiritual
Spiritual
honeymoon, girl.
honeymoon.
Damn.
Lord Jesus.
Trinity Gal, I love her.
Yeah, she cool as shit.
Hey,
She cool
Rob
as shit.
P, thank you for
I ain't
being
gonna
the
lie, I was just as
participant.
married as Star in my day, so I guess I
Mhm.
had a spiritual one too.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
that the Bush days identity when you was hiding in the
The Bush
bushes?
days.
Lord
Yeah, well,
Jesus.
that's
At
what happens
Walmart.
when you actually give somebody your heart when they step on it. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm a victim. What am I supposed to say?
Not
CSI.
100 clocks in that big ass mansion of hers. Stop. What happened?
What happened? I apologize. Listen, all my 100 clocks was wrong. I apologize. I should be looking at my phone, but you know how you be rich and you forget to look
Oh
at
my
your digital
God.
Jesus.
clock, and you look at your clocks that you never caught up with the what they call it, that the
Girl, I don't know. And I
the
don't
clock
really even
time. What
care.
they
I
call
don't
it?
even care. Daylight savings time?
Daylight savings
I
time.
don't
I
even
Oh
forgot
care.
to
my God.
listen. I go through my digital age and then I go through my homemade clock days.
All
Listen, I
right.
apologize.
I'm gonna forgive you and I'm gonna make it right. Here we go. Boom. There's the optics. There's the
There
optics.
you
I
go.
guess I could put
I
you up
feel
because it was
better.
awkward. Yeah, it was awkward having you down there. Oh, dog. All right, so
Thank your identity.
we're
I
talking
appreciate
about the first stage of coming to, of divorce or separation or being in a long term relationship and then breaking up. And I was telling everybody how you got to come to terms with the decision that you're making, especially if you're the one that's initiating the breakup, the separation, or the divorce. And it took me about 2 months to come to terms and to work up the nerve to be like, yeah, it's over for us. You know what I mean? Like I can't do this. And the reason why it took me a very, very long time is because I had a very, very nice life. I had a nice life. at the age that I was, and when I finally like when the ink dried on the paper and it was over, I was 20 years old. So there was there was a birthday that I had to go through. I had to go through family coming through like it was so much while that was all lingering in the background and shit. It was just crazy. So Breakin's here. What's up, Breakin? Good to see you.
Maybe I don't want to get Mrs. Code mad at me for asking this
She
question,
won't. She
but
won't get mad.
Hey,
uh,
Breaking.
did you ever think about having the conversation of what she wanted and or not wanted? Because she might have felt the same way you did, that she didn't really want to do it, but hey, you get caught up in it, and
Right.
this ain't for
Right.
me either. That could have been a bonding moment.
Do you want to hear something crazy, bro?
What's up? What's up?
We have never talked about those situations ever.
You didn't have the communication skills, right?
Yeah, the ex and I. We
Right.
never ever, even through the whole divorce process, even through
Communication skills
everything.
Yeah,
currently.
well, this is 40-year-old me talking, bro. So
Right.
don't. I wasn't thinking like this at 20. I'm not. Trust me, I was nowhere near this. So, but I'm
Yeah.
asking just because, like I think about
Charmona's
that
here.
type stuff now. What would have could have been different? What could have been different if you
Right.
realized you're thinking the same way I think?
Right. And I'm thinking okay, now if we had a discussion about what we were doing and we were open and honest, then we would still end up being divorced because how can you truly look at each other? Because that was a thing I was having issues with because I didn't like this lane I was going in and maybe she didn't either. But like can I really like knowing 100% sure like I know what's happening but like coming out of your mouth 100% sure can I really like stay in this marriage? You know what I mean? Like it's not just a thought in my brain no more. It's not just a hypothetical, even though everybody knows what's really going on, but it was never spoken. But now it's spoken and it's like a genuine reality. Like this is what we were doing. Like, yeah, I couldn't do it. Cause then like it's already bad enough that fake images be going through my brain. You know what I mean? Back then, like the fake images that I formulated, but to put a real stink on it, like a real stink on it, it's like, oh my God, there's no way we could have stayed together.
Well, that early
Mm,
relationship, like when you're in your 20s and you have a relationship in your head and y'all are not
Hmm.
actually allowing each other to be the person that the other person is. And we didn't get that information. We didn't know about
That's
that
fact.
when we were in our 20s, but we're after all the self-helps, after all the Oprah shows and
Hmm.
after all the talk shows and the book self-help books out there, it's about y'all bringing y'all best self to the relationship and y'all feeding off of that and not counting on each other, but bringing your best to the relationship
Right.
and then
Right.
letting that blossom. Right.
Yeah. And definitely when we were younger, that shit ain't happening. Like
Right.
that's just not it. So there was that. So just having the nerve
Hello,
to
Pillow
look.
Talk Berry.
There we go. Now Stargate is here. Now we got a code fam together. Now she's shouting out the chat. Now I can actually focus. You know what I mean? So let's go.
yeah, yeah.
Focus, binary.
Yeah,
Focus.
I appreciate that. There was another thing that had to happen. Okay, so first off, you have to work up the nerve, right? You have to work up the nerve to say it. Let me see if I have all. Do I have everything? And then here's the second thing that had to happen. And Stargate, I'm pretty sure you want to touch on this one. It's being real with yourself.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Really being real with yourself. One of the things, because when I did ask her, or not even ask, when I went to her and I let her know, like, hey, I think we need to divorce, right? Wait, no. You know what I said at first? I said, hey, I think we need to separate. And she said, there's no such thing as separation. It's either we stay together or we get divorced. I
Mm.
was like, okay, we need to get divorced. She was like, what? You know what I'm saying? She was like, what? See,
Wow.
so I tried to make it like, because I wanted to get divorced. You know what I mean? But I tried to soften the blow a little bit. And
Right.
she pretty much had me rip the band-aid off. So she was just like, look, we either stay together, work out whatever it is that's going through your mind that we need to work out, or we get divorced. And I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and get divorced. And so what really threw me for a loop is I had to be real with myself in 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 and come to terms with all of my mistakes in that marriage and not just look at her. You know what I mean? I had to really be like, okay, a lot of this shit, bro, was you. You know what
Mm,
I mean? And once I did that, then it kind of freed me to look at other options for wives. You know, when I was out there single, living my best life, it did kind of free me because I was able to really understand. Well, not really, because I needed a therapist. Dead serious. I really needed a therapist at that moment, but
right.
there was just not one available for me. Well, I hold on. Let me rewind. I did go to a therapist, but
Mhm.
because I was in the white community, they could not relate to me. They could not. They could not. They could not relate. I went to the therapist's office one time, and I was like, "Oh hell no! This ain't gonna work."
Shit, I ran through 3 of them bad boys.
Yeah, yeah,
Not
yeah.
and not
I
because
wish I
I
would have
not because I
not given
sought
up.
after it. I didn't that was on her end. She wanted it was a salvage attempt.
Right,
It was a
right.
salvage attempt, and I was so I don't care if this is not a big deal to know, but that what are those 4 stages of what was it?
Grief.
The fourth stages of
Grief?
grief,
Yeah, yeah. Or this not 4, but whatever the number of stages, I don't
five
know how
stages
many
of
there are.
12. Is it five
I
or
literally
12?
walked through them and like I in some sort of weird way, I almost define it as finding who I want to be because my first reaction was payback.
Oh wow.
Right,
In
right.
my head, I was, but I'm not that dude. Like I didn't want that. I didn't even. I said, I got a headache dealing with one. I don't want another one. So I didn't. That wasn't my, excuse me, choice. And then when I went down that path, I said, this ain't me. Like I
Mm,
literally felt it. Like, nah, I'm becoming somebody I don't even want to be. I didn't want to be in the first place. So it was like I sort of found who I already wanted to be, but I was
mhm.
reacting. I was just
Wow.
reacting just out
Yeah.
of pure anger. Like, I don't give a damn now. I'm just open the floodgates. I don't give
Right.
a damn.
Right.
But it
Right.
was just wasting time.
Yeah, I mean that's typically how it pretty much goes when you're going through a divorce,
I
especially if
love
it's
Rebel
nasty.
in the person that I know I shouldn't be, but
Hmm.
there was something cathartic about being the person that you shouldn't be. Because, like, I remember identity. Remember when we have our discussion about, whether going through the phone, is a
Right.
bad or
Mhm.
good thing. And I told you, like, I need to go through the stages of enlightenment, and like I have to be petty in order to get to my greatness. So,
Mm,
so
mm.
I reveled in my pettiness when I was going through my breakup. So,
Yeah, and one thing about being real with yourself, and truly coming to terms with what is it that you want in a relationship. One thing that I found out quick after my divorce was I'm not good at being single. Like that's not my
that's
life,
not your
man.
thing. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was made to be with somebody.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And so I did end up remarrying quick. It did not take me long at all to, because a lot of people are looking at me like, you really getting married? It's only been 2 years." And I'm
And
like,
they would have probably said that Miss Cole was like what, a rebound, but
right,
you
but I mean,
actually,
2 years isn't really that quick, but it is in the grand scheme of things.
in the grand scheme of things. But then look how, because I always say, sometimes it's not about rebounding. It's not about that. It's about that you're meant to be with somebody. Now, a lot of people will say, well, I do great by
Mhm.
myself, and I know how to deal with being by myself. I can
Right.
be at peace with being by myself, but I would rather be with somebody.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. See, those are facts. Black Pearl is here. Good to see you. Thanks for stepping into the building. Really do appreciate it. So yeah. So after a lot of the emotion that hit, because when I did get those 2 years before I got married again, those were 2 years of hell. And I'm talking about pure hell. And now thinking about it, those 2 years of pure hell is because I did not know how to manage the emotions and in the feelings and the stress that comes with divorce. You know what I mean? Like it's a huge weight that hits you. And when you're super young, the way that I was, you don't really know how to deal with all that weight hitting you. And so, man, I mean, I acted out in so many ways that it wasn't even funny. But I'm not going to get into no details of the stories, but
Yeah,
all I
we
know
had
is
to listen.
I learned my lesson. All I know is I am so I am so glad that I'm alive. I'm so glad that I have the life that I have now. But through all those ups and downs, trials and errors, I was figuring out who I truly am.
Would it be fair to say there was a hot boy summer?
Shit.
Spring, summer, and
Two
fall.
summers, right? 2 summers. It was bad. It was bad. God, it was bad. It was bad. I mean, when I say bad, I mean
You was breaking
bad.
hearts and taking names.
All at the same time. So it wasn't like it was just one.
Right, right,
Yeah, I mean at the same damn time. It's like,
right.
okay, let me focus. It's a
Hot
lot to
boy.
please.
Look at Pillow Talk
There's a
Day.
lot to please. There's a lot to please going
Pillow
around.
Talk
Let me
Day
focus.
said hot boy hell.
It was. It was bad. Look at it. She said she turned into a slut. And look,
Ooh.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this.
Mm.
I know what was happening in my marriage, but it still didn't feel like what it felt like whenever I got divorced and went out there single. Because I don't know. I swear to you, it felt like we were in a cult. Like I swear to you, that was the feeling. It felt like I know I was violated. You know what I'm saying? Like when you know you were violated, it's like but then when I broke free from all that, I was on my own. I didn't have nothing
Mhm.
looming over my head. I broke free from that whole lifestyle, all that stuff. You know what I mean? It was just on. It was on. And all those emotions that I could have been using for good to better myself and to do all those things, I tricked it off. You
You
know what I'm
tripped it
saying?
out.
I tricked off those
But
emotions.
some people like I remember identity when I said some men do not heal, they hold. And you was like,
Mhm.
wait a minute, Star. What you talking about? All men? I said, okay, hold on, identity. Let's not. I don't want to generalize, but
Most men.
most men they don't heal, they hold. And this is like a perfect 360 moment right here.
What the hell?
I know identity. I know because you was very upset, like just like because
Mhm.
I said, well, identity not let me not say all men, but I would say maybe the men that I
I ain't
dealt.
gonna lie. I said that my first reaction was to
Oh,
revenge.
that was your
So
first,
look,
yeah, because you was
Mhm.
kind of a
I ain't
little
gonna lie.
upset.
No, but what I the reason why I said what I said is because I know now it was just literally it was a waste of time. It was
Right,
a waste of
right.
my time. Like, yeah,
Right.
I could
Hey,
have been focused more on the
Trini girl
healing.
said that's the healing process. Shoot, getting underneath some other
Getting
that's the healing.
underneath
God
somebody. See,
damn,
that is my healing process. So,
that's
like, the best way to
crazy.
get over somebody is to get up under somebody.
Ah, see,
Yeah,
That's fascinating to me. That
I'm not a fan of it because
I get
honestly,
it.
if you had me, and you still on my mind. So even if I'm
Mm,
with somebody and I'm thinking of somebody else, I mean, that's a waste of my time too. Like
I
shit.
get it.
yeah,
I want to get the full enjoyment out of it. If I'm thinking of somebody else, then why am I here?
So
right.
that is another choice. You take the route of weaning off of each other. So even though y'all might not be in the best, y'all not be best for each other for the relationship. So instead of hoeing, what identity to do, he weans off his lady. You know,
Right. But he's still sticking his
I
peen and
tried to
stuff.
replace. I
Weaning.
tried. Yeah, I was no, you know what? I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I couldn't do it, binary. I
You
couldn't
couldn't?
do it.
Wow, okay,
Got
good.
close and I walked.
Mm,
mm,
I wouldn't say I got sick to my stomach. It was just that I still had the guilt. Like I still
yeah.
felt like, damn,
Yeah.
like what the? I literally walked, man. I was like, damn, yeah, I really don't want this, man.
Right.
This is crazy. I ain't never been there before. My mind was messed up because my body was like, oh hell yeah, we gonna do this.
Your body was like, let's get
Oh
down.
hell yeah. And then it was
Right.
like, can't though. Like my head ain't right.
I wonder who Jason's talking to. Is he talking to you? Is he calling you a simp identity?
I don't know. That's all good, bro.
You
It's
can't
all good, man.
suck. You can't
Yeah,
suck.
I'm telling you, my mind wasn't there, bro. I'm just being real. It's not that
I
I
hear
couldn't
you.
do it. I couldn't mentally get like
I hear
that
you.
hurdle was just
Yeah.
it was too much for me. I was like, this
Yeah.
ain't because it wasn't
That's be-
me.
yeah, and that's because you were dealing with a real emotion that was heavy as shit. Like divorce and breakups after you've been together forever, that shit is heavy. It just hits different.
Mm,
It hits different. One thing before we move on with a couple of more points, and look at me, I'm trying to keep this shit to an hour so I could drop the link, and then
right.
other people can actually have more time to express themselves while talking to us.
Absolutely.
Because I felt like Philly T, she kind of had to kind of rush through some things, and I would love for her to kind of slow down to
Slow
talk to us
down.
about it.
Right.
So anybody, so that anybody else,
I
but
definitely do that. Yeah.
yeah, and just in case TMO wants to come up here too,
Oh,
you never
listen,
know.
TMO, we listen, we can get it. Let's get it, TMO. Let's get it, girl.
Oh Lord, oh man. But Stargate, because I can't speak on this portion of it, but when
Right.
there are kids involved, you know what I mean? Like, what was
Mm.
it? What was it like going through your transition and all that stuff? You know what I mean with Nova Star.
So, because yeah, Supernova, because my first legal divorce,
Mm-hmm.
Supernova, she you know what, it was like, I never liked that nigga anyway. So that was her
Mm.
attitude, even like at 5, 6. So she was 6. So we was only together for like a year. And she was like, I didn't like that nigga anyway. So it was easy to just move on
Mm.
without the kids involved, because as you know, that was not her father. My first husband was not her
Right.
father. So um
So you kind of dodged a bullet with that one.
with that one, now
But
here's the
yeah,
thing.
that's what I'm gonna say. When you left her
From
father, though.
Supernova's perspective, her not having the ability to be with her father in the same
Mm-hmm.
household,
Mm-hmm.
it definitely affected her.
Yeah.
And I always try to make her busy to not, because I feel like if I let her sit in it, she would wallow in it and become a statistic. And I always was
Mm.
pushing, we're not going to be a statistic because they expecting me and you to fail. So I remember when I raised her, she had, like I said, I was more of a disciplinarian than
Mm-hmm.
like I did sacrifice the relationship with her, hoping that I could mend it later, because I didn't want her to become a statistic. I didn't want her to be one of those girls wanting to be with her father, knowing that her father was not going to want to be available, that he didn't make herself available to her. He was a
Mm.
Rolling Stone. So it was
Yeah.
like, I know that she needed to sit through that and feel it, but I felt like I felt like it would consume her.
Right.
And my mother's approach, she wasn't a
So
disciplinarian.
your mom went through a divorce, and
Because
so you had to go through a divorce as a child.
exactly, but
Okay.
it was like, I knew, I was like, this nigga ain't good for my mama.
Mm.
So I was not hurt of wanting them. It was like, I knew that they weren't good together, and it did not hurt me when my mother had to move on. Especially, you remember that situation I told you that
Mm-hmm.
she had the experience where my father broke into the house and all of
Mm-hmm.
that stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yeah, this, like, I could all he was, when he was even in the house, it was like he wasn't present. Like he was an absentee father.
Right.
What's physical? Oh, no, he was there
Mentally,
physically,
spiritually,
but
all that.
mentally and
Mhm.
spiritually he was an absentee father.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like I never got to
What
bond
happens?
with him.
That's more like a relief for you then.
It was a relief. Like, it was like, this is the best. And I remember when my mom would date, I was like, oh, you know what? This dude will actually, and this is like when I'm 3, 4, 5 years old. That's what's so crazy. I remember, oh, this dude would be much better. I remember when, because she dated 2 guys, and then the third guy that she dated, she actually married. But then he was an I didn't like him. But the other two, I remember thinking like, what happened to those other two? Those other 2 guys were
They were
much,
good.
it was a much more better. Of course, you don't understand kids. You know, sometimes people just they might be good for a short time, but they're not good for a long time. So I don't know. I never even questioned my mother about it, but I remember just thinking, oh, yo, you know, when we gonna get rid of this dude? You know, when she got with the second dude, that's all.
Not Trini telling D Darrell to get on top of her or under her. Come on, Trini. Ah, damn.
Oh my God, did she really like Darrell?
Well,
Sorry
Darrell
to
be
hear
going
that.
to Trini gal. She chases after the dollar. So if
Oh, well,
somebody's going,
listen,
yeah,
I love
Oh,
Trinity
okay.
Gal,
there is
so
no shame in her game. There is
I
no
I
shame in
love
her
Trinity
game.
Gal, so I'm not gonna
I don't
let
know
my
how many
Might
hate
want to
times she
check
was
that
begging
bank
me for a
account first.
membership. I was like, "You gonna beg me to get you a membership, girl? Don't you know I'm one of the cheapest people on YouTube? You barking up the wrong tree, looking for money from me." Mm. So it is tough, you know, with when kids are involved. That is tough. You kind of dodged a bullet because you didn't have to deal with that. I'm thinking like
right.
If me and Mrs. Code ever got divorced, it would be a
It would be tough on the
nightmare.
kids.
It would be a
It will be
nightmare.
so hard on the kids because y'all have a bond.
Yeah, yeah,
Y'all are bonded.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
And to
there's
try
that.
to separate and try to what they call it when they in the divorce settlement, you're trying to oh you I guess split up the time affection and because it's
Right.
not gonna be
Like all
like
the
it
custody,
the
all that stuff.
custodies and all of that stuff.
It's just not gonna be the same. It's
Right,
not.
right.
It would never be the same. And I mean, there were times where we got really, 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 really heated, right? Like real heated at one another. And just in that moment, the kids were bugging. You know what I'm saying? They were like, "What the fuck? Y'all better cut that shit out. What the fuck y'all doing?" So there's those moments.
Right,
So I couldn't even imagine
right.
if anything crazy really were to happen. So yeah. So
Uh-oh, you
shout
breaking
out
up
to
for me.
those that Am I breaking up?
No, I can hear you.
Identity, can you
Oh, you breaking up, girl.
Yeah, that's you.
So you late and you on your janky device? You got like 30,000 devices, and you chose the janky one. That don't make no damn sense. Well, she'll
it's
be
not
back. Trust me, she's gonna
Yeah,
drop
he'll
down.
be back.
That's your stuff, girl.
that's
Yep.
me?
Janky ass device. Yeah, it
I'm
was
the
you.
one with the janky device.
Yeah,
It's not
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
yeah.
About
Identity.
20 seconds ago.
Nope. Because we're like sitting here talking like, look at her, thinking it's us.
No.
But
I
you're
thought
good
it
now.
was you. I thought it okay.
Yeah,
My
Yvonne.
bad.
I
Not
don't
Yvonne.
know.
What
I think
happens
she's
if
still
you
on the
need to get
delay
rid of
though.
that Obama phone? You got to get rid of that Obama service, girl.
Y'all know
Yeah,
I live in a mansion. Y'all know
you can't afford no phone now. You done chose.
yeah, oh yeah, I had to decrease on my phone.
Yeah, you had to decrease on everything in life. Shit. See, that's
I
what
got a
that's what the sectors want me to do. Go waste your money on a big ass house, binary, so that you can't do shit and be a slave to your house. Oh my God, come on, Travell. Gosh, man, why does my biggest op have to be over here, especially at this time? Come on, Travell. Come on, brother. Please, please. Y'all know the Hispanic doxer, right?
am I
The
can you hear
Hispanic
me?
No.
doxer. We can hear you. You
Yeah, we
probably
can hear
can't
you.
hear us, Lord Jesus. She probably can't hear us.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Stargate, you killing,
I
Lord Jesus. We
actually
already
It
heard
said she
you.
was on a delay.
I actually saw it that time. Am I caught up with y'all now?
What the
Hmm.
hell? Are you
Wow.
good?
Wow.
Do you got to go down and come back up?
That's what I'm gonna
She
do.
might.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, she's delayed in a motherfucker. That girl on the IEP right now. And I wrote it and shit.
Jesus.
All right, so all right, so shout out to those that went through this with kids, because I went through a divorce without kids and I couldn't escape the weight of it. Our divorce was say the word for me, Identity.
Amicable.
Amicable. There it goes.
Yeah.
Amicable. And you wouldn't think
Yeah,
I was
there
a
you go.
rapper. All right. And it was, we both agreed on terms or whatever. Now I'm gonna tell you the truth. When it was us saying, okay, this is what you're gonna get, this is what you're gonna do, here's some bills that you're gonna now have to carry, here the cars you get, here are the cars you're responsible for all that. Now just think about 19 having multiple cars and shit, and having multiple, you know what I mean, and just trying to manage all this. Okay, all right, moderators, 24 hours please for Travell, please. Just give him 24. I can't. Now if this was the morning commute,
Damn.
if this was the morning routine, if this was whatever, then I would entertain it. But he can't read the room, and we all know why he can't read the room. We all know why he can't read the room, because he's on that type of time. Identity, I did not keep the clip of him. I think it's on my phone. Oh man, but I would show you right now who he is, because I had him cam up while he was yelling at me, and he actually did it. And if you seen
Mm.
him, you'd be like, oh, it all makes sense now. It all makes
Uh-oh.
sense. Yeah, it all makes sense. So, all right, I'll see you tomorrow, Travell. But yeah, so it was crazy, because when we split everything up, when we decided how we're going to do this, how we're going to do that, it felt like things were good, but then, we went to file and do all that stuff. And for whatever reason, my ex got a lawyer, bro. Oh my God. It was,
Wait, are you supposed to do that?
yeah, you are. But I mean, a lawyer that actually opened up their mouths and was like, well, did you ever consider this and that and this and that and this and that? Because we
Oh,
just
oh,
went
oh,
down to
like,
the,
oh, we
we
could
just went
we
down
can
to
we could
get the
take this
papers.
guy for whatever we can
Yeah.
get.
Yeah. And
Oh,
man, and she started hitting me up with all kinds of stuff. And I was just like, what the hell? All right. Stargate is back. Let's see if she's good.
All
What's up?
right, does that sound better?
I mean, your sound was good. You were
yeah,
just
it was the
delayed. That's
delay that
all.
was the problem.
Oh, you
Okay,
know
you good
what?
now.
Yeah, y'all see. Listen, my internet ain't so great now, huh?
Nah,
Spending
girl, you
all my
talking all that shit.
I'm dropping all that money on my
Yeah.
condo.
Give and take, give and take. You know what I'm saying? They took your motherfucking internet, girl.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I was talking about how when my ex and I, when we decided what was going to happen during the divorce, it was actually clean, and we came to an agreement with everything. Everything. We came to an agreement. And it was like, as soon as she went and got her own personal lawyer, it didn't get nasty, but she just started expecting things like,
Mm.
well, I don't think it's fair for this, and this. And I was just thinking to myself, but we already agreed on all this shit. And it's not like I was being greedy trying to take shit that don't belong to me, or you know
Right.
what I mean, or being, because I wasn't. Like when we agreed to how we were gonna divide stuff up and do whatever we were gonna do, she was coming up with most of the, you know what I'm saying? She was coming up with most of the shit. She was writing the shit down. She was coming up with most of it, and I was simply agreeing. The lawyer came through and was like, "Well, you make more money than him, and you do this and you do that. You deserve this. You deserve that." And so she hit me up with all that stuff, and I was like, "You know what? This was just me." I was like, "You know what? Take everything. I don't want nothing."
And when you did that,
Mm.
did you see like when she did the fight in her persist? Or did it be like, oh, or she was like, oh, you see what I'm doing?
You want to know what happened? First off, you got to remember we're both young as shit, right?
Right, right.
So So I truly meant that though. But now that I'm thinking about it and these words are actually coming out of my motherfucking mouth, it's gonna be funny what I'm about to say. Cause I told her, I was like, you know what? Just take everything. I don't even care. She said, all right.
Oh,
I was thinking about it now. I'm like, damn, she didn't give a damn.
I thought it was like you was trying to psychologize her.
Nah, I really wanted her to take everything, and she said, okay.
Thank you, sir.
She was like, that shit was easy. Thank you, lawyer.
Appreciate your time.
Oh man. Oh
man.
yeah. Yeah, but I will drop this little nugget of truth. She did call my house. She did call my house. I guess she wanted to talk to me about something. And Mrs. Code answered the phone.
Wait. We're talking recent?
No. Because
Like, or
remember, Mrs. Code and I, after
Well,
2 years of the debacle, that's when
Right.
we actually got married. But
Okay,
we were
after the
we were
finalization.
dating though. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
So she called for
might
some.
I ask, was there an overlap?
No, there was not an overlap. No, there was
Okay.
like a
I'm just
Miss
year.
asking.
There was
Cole
like a year and
gave
some
her
change of hoeing.
shoulder. Miss Cole gave
No,
her
she was not
shoulder
a
to
shoulder.
cry.
No, she was not. It was not. It was not
Goodbye,
that
dear.
close. It was not that close in time. Look, wounds should have been healed when this phone call happened.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like it shouldn't have been bad, but for whatever
What she
reason,
called for? What she called for?
I guess there was something that needed to be some. I don't know. I don't even know. I have no idea what the phone call was for because remember we had properties and we had all kinds of stuff. So it was like we got divorced, but we weren't out of each other's lives for a very long time, and we didn't even have kids. So that was the craziest thing ever. So, anyways, she called to tell me
Right.
something about something. I can't remember. Miss Code answers the phone. She went off on my wife.
Why?
I don't know. The hatred.
Oh,
The hatred. She
listen,
realized she lost
Oh,
even
somebody
when the
good.
you got the life I would have had.
Exactly.
I was gonna say, even though y'all went through the paperwork, the divorce, even after the divorce, you still are divorcing even after the divorce.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? It's
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
you're still you're trying to uncouple.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to find a way to uncouple. And like you said, identity part of it is, so now this nigga gonna give you the life that I always wanted. That's
Mm-hmm.
part of it. But also the fact that just because the marriage failed, it's still not easy to just move on. You're gonna
Mm-hmm.
like that was her way of finding a way to make herself a priority because people are not used to not being a priority in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that as clear as day. That
She
was
might
her
wanted
trying.
to just get that off. Like I ain't never get a chance to get this off. So
right.
let me soundboard it real quick. And your wife's on the other end of it.
Yeah,
Right.
and
And Miss Cole stayed grateful.
this is how yeah she did, and this is
Oh,
how
she's
dope.
so grateful.
This is how dope my wife is, right? She's like, she's on the phone. I'm like, what the fuck? She's like, she's on the phone. Like,
But see, if I was in that situation, I would have fought
you would
back.
have went off, right?
I
You
would
would have
went
went
back.
off. You would have
I'll
been
follow
cussing.
her back. Yeah.
Right, yeah, that's just not my wife, man.
Yeah,
That's just
that's
not
not
my
Miss
wife.
Cole. She's
Yeah,
so
she's dope,
grateful.
man. She's dope. And and I think that destroyed my ex even more. You know what I
More.
mean? That there was
Right.
no
It
back and
makes you
forth.
feel
I
Still
was
like, you
still
know
young.
what? Whatever just happened, it needed to happen. And it's like the
it
decision
was
that was
time.
made, That
Mhm.
it's making sense now. It's making much more sense now.
Right. And so that leads into the next point, and then we got one more point after that, and then we'll go ahead and drop the link. Okay. So you have to minimize communication with your ex as much as you can. When you're going through a clean divorce or even a nasty divorce, you don't want first off, you don't want them to be able to connect with you at will, right? You don't want them to always have that access to you.
Mm.
You don't want that. You want to minimize that. If you have the lawyers, you want everything to go through lawyers. Like with my ex, I was really, really good with her family. So a lot of my communication went through her dad, believe it or not. You know what I mean? Like if I needed to say something, or if I needed to send some paperwork, or if something needed to happen, a lot of the communication, like actually 100% of the communication on my end went through her dad. It was when she would contact me that I'd find out stuff that's going on in her life or whatever. But you have to minimize that, or it's going to be it's going to be nearly impossible to get through the marriage. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or to get through the divorce. I'm sorry, to
Mhm.
get through the divorce if you don't minimize that. So when Stargate, I would love to know whenever you cut it off with your ex,
First or the
did-
second?
the first one. We're not going to talk about the spiritual one. I don't want nobody trying to, you know what I'm
You
saying?
know what was fun? Can we actually like? I always called it like because a lot of people got caught up with the fact where I actually said what I said religious or something because
Hmm.
I was trying to make it seem more important
Right.
than it actually was. But I always knew that he was like my spiritual. Like I always called
Mhm.
because remember I would used to say I'm waiting on my spiritual divorce money.
Right. Yep.
But I just wanted uh but I'm sorry, go ahead and ask the question. But I do
No, I
remember.
was just saying, like, what was the communication like afterwards? Like, was he pressing you? Did he have access
That's
to
the thing.
you?
Like he actually, I remember when I was like ready to be like, okay, we're not going to be able to work this out. I remember him coming back and wanting to fix things.
Hmm.
And it was just the fact that he wanted to and I was like, well, why did you do this and why did you say that? Because I needed the closure. Like him
Hmm.
wanting to get back with me opened up the conversation of why did you do it? Well, why did you do that? And so he gave me the closure I needed, and it was basically there was nothing like I did everything right. It was he emphasized that it was
Mm.
just that I was headstrong. I had this very strong will about getting my way and wanting what I want, and there was nothing you could do. There was nothing that I could do to make him be the kinder, gentler person that he sent his representative to
Hmm.
that he sent to represent the person that he wanted me to see, because he knew that the person that he was never going to be the person
It's never gonna match up to your
match up to the
expectations as
expectation.
well.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
I have the same question for your identity. When you went through your thing, because it was a pretty bad breakup that you had because you were together for so long. Uh, you know, did you guys minimize the communication between each other? Was she kind of pressing in on you? Were you hiding in the bushes? Like, what was really going on, brother?
Well, even though that Bush's thing was
I
exaggerated,
know.
but I know it's funny. It's funny. No, keep it going because it is funny, but not from smoke.
Your
Um,
Right. Facts.
um, so I guess in the beginning, I was trying to keep communication when I was trying to hold on.
hmm
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
then the moment and I was getting ignored, but the moment I said, "You know what? F this. Let me do my own thing," the attention came back on me. And then it was like,
Crazy.
"Where are you going? What are you
Where
doing?
are
When
Hmm.
you
are you?"
going?
And it was like, "Where the hell was this when I was on the page trying to be trying
Right.
to figure
Yeah.
things out?" But
Hmm.
once I got to that point, it was like, "All right, I'm literally being somebody I'm not. So let me walk away completely." And I think I got stalked for like over 2 years after that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I
That's
got stalked
crazy.
over I got stalked. My
And then
wife
she
got
named the Bush
stalked.
girl.
My wife got stalked. Yeah, it was bad, man. It was like, block a number, call from another one, call from a different one. Never,
Hmm.
never. Like every time, it was just the weirdest thing. Like, damn, you
And your
still
wife
didn't let
gave
go
her
of this.
grace too, right? I remember you.
Oh yeah, it was taking a toll though, because she was like, I didn't sign up for this, and I'm like, trust
Right.
me, I did
Okay,
not
so
want
that
this.
was she was like, you got to cut this off.
I did not want this. Like, but it wasn't that I was keeping contact though. That was the thing. It
No,
wasn't
the
that I
fact
was.
that she was coming at because the fact that she couldn't stand that she was moving on.
Right.
Oh, she
Facts.
couldn't
So
handle it. Couldn't handle
and,
it.
That's
right,
both. That was both of our exes, I guess, because with Mrs. Code, everybody in our social circle knew, like, oh, this Negro, he's about to, oh shit, you know what I mean? It's over for him. He's about to lock this one up, and
Mhm.
everybody knew. And where I worked, everybody knew, and word must have gotten back. You know what I'm saying? Word got back to the ex, and man, because I
Oh, I
guess
got a
maybe
nasty
she
gram when the wedding stuff came out. I got a nasty gram
did
from
you.
who.
Woo.
Yeah, long ass email like, "Oh my God, there can't be a God because I prayed on this." And I'm like, "What
Mm,
the hell? What
mm,
what part
mm,
of
mm.
breakup don't you get?"
Dang. He tried to guilt you
Yeah,
with like ooh ah. She tried to
yeah,
guilt you with that. God
man.
damn.
I'm
Damn.
telling you, it was the wildest thing, and it was like you too late. Like it was just too late. It was pretty much once I tapped out. It was like, but I tapped out years ago. So why are you still
Yeah.
here? Why are you still worrying about where I'm at, where I'm going? And just the random text messages, emails, and I never responded though.
Right.
I
Look
never
at Trini.
responded.
I can't stand
I
Trini.
love her. She said, "Let me find out that motherfucker. I'm glad we broke, so we ain't got nothing to look for."
That's crazy. Oh, look at Yvonne taking her shots. You wasn't wanting me when I was hiding in the bushes.
Please get it, your buzz. She remember those days. She remember those
Oh
those
my
days we
god.
talked about identity being in the bushes. That is
Hmm.
so
All
hilarious.
right, so I did drop the link. The link is pinned for anybody that wants to come up and just share their experiences, and maybe give words of wisdom to us or to the crowd, or because y'all know that these type of conversations they last forever. People can come back, they could click on it. You know what I mean? They can learn some things or whatever. It can help them through some stuff so that they know that they're not alone. So anybody could come up here if they want and join in on the conversation or just at least share your experience. Uh, TMO, if you want to come up here and actually share real experiences and not get into an argument with Stargate, just let us know up front that that's what you want, and I'll make sure
Let,
that happens.
let her argue. Let her argue with
Lord
the
Jesus,
star,
Lord
with
Jesus.
Jimmy.
All right, the last point that I want to make, and then we can get into some other things, and we could talk about some sector stuff if you guys want. The last point that I want to make is remembering what the goal is when you're going through a divorce. Moving on is the goal, because sometimes when you're going through a divorce or a pretty nasty breakup, you could get caught in your feelings a lot, and you could feel like you're stuck, or you can start feeling guilty, kind of like what Identity was saying. You can start feeling guilty when moving on, when like other pleasurable moments, doesn't have to be sexual, but just other pleasurable moments are coming your way and you're doing it by yourself. You can feel guilty. You know what I mean? But moving on is actually the goal. Because I'm not even gonna hold you. When I asked for the divorce, and then I realized, oh shit, I'm in an apartment right now by
Mm,
myself. Like there was a form of depression that kind of came over me. I ain't even gonna
mm,
hold you, because I mean you just live your life with the person, you know what I mean? You do everything, you're in the family, you know what I mean? It's just so much just moving and moving and moving. And next thing you know, there's this abrupt stop and you caused it. And you're looking around like my life has just changed. So to take time to realize, it's almost like beginning with the end in mind, right? So the end goal is this: moving on is the target. I want to move
mm,
on. So if you start with that in mind, it helps the process. It really does. And I'm only speaking in hindsight because I wish I knew this knowledge then. Because man, oh man, I would have had a better transition. I'll tell you that right now.
right.
It probably would have eliminated the whole phase. It probably would have eliminated that. You know what I mean? But because
Because
because I
you
would have
don't
been,
heal, you hold.
yeah, yep, yep. And it's crazy because although things were happening while I was married, even though it was weird because it was older women and it was a certain group of people that I was doing those things with. You know what I mean? I felt like this freedom that overtook me and was like, okay, any woman that comes up to me, I'm going to ask consent first.
Yes.
Let me
Let's
throw that
consult,
out there. You know what I mean?
please.
And
May I?
yeah. May I with all 5 of y'all right now?
Is
I'm not,
that the way we ask for consent binary?
that is. And when they were like, "Yes, you may," I was like,
Yeah,
"Sweet."
that's what I call
Here's my
consent.
hand. Now put it anywhere you'd like me to put it.
Oh,
I'm not going to do
where
it,
would
but
you
I'd
like
be okay if you did it.
you put my hand where you want it to be? Hey,
Yes.
Look at Elfie is in the building. Good to see you. It's
You.
okay. It's okay. You late. Stargate was late as shit too, girl.
I
Stargate
was
was
late
late.
as shit
Yeah.
for the first time, Elsie. I can't believe I
Mhm.
looked at my
And she tried to make me look crazy with her being late.
No, I really what had happened was
Jesus.
I
Mm-mm.
really looked at the wrong. I just didn't even look at my phone and assumed, you know. And I said, "Oh, I just didn't turn that clock back."
Right? Yeah, that was crazy.
I
That was
Hey,
really did not
crazy.
do that. I
by the way,
promise you, I did not do that to make you look bad. I promise. I promise.
Hmm. But I was holding it down though. I was holding it down. What were you gonna say, Identity?
yeah, the I can say that one of the things I didn't realize, you realize this shit after the fact easily,
Hmm.
right? One of the things I realized was for trying to forcefully forget somebody is actually remembering them. And
Yeah.
that it's like you're making a conscious effort to not think of somebody, but that's you are
Mm,
thinking about them.
Yep.
Like
No, that's fact.
honestly speaking, like if you like if you know acting like they're not around, if you see them like they don't exist, either you're still holding on or you there's still a part of you that's attached. That's the god honest truth.
that's why
And
it's that
whether
you
you
have
want to
to
admit it or
wean.
not,
You have to wean. There's a weaning process,
Hmm. No,
and
that's fact.
if you can be in the room and still focus on your energy on other things instead of just trying to ignore and like that's part of that game that you know, there's still something attached. There's still something that either wasn't resolved or something. So I didn't expect that, like when it first started happening. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And then once I got to the point where I don't give a shit, and I was like, oh, this is different.
Hmm.
This is really different. Like I really don't give a shit.
Right. Now, who knows? Maybe nobody's going to click the link, and that is okay because we could definitely carry this because this is what we
right?
do. Here's a question I'm going to put on the ticker. Step back and look at the big picture. How did you contribute to the problems of the relationship? So let's think about that. This is going to be this is
Running
a difficult,
phones.
yeah, this is a difficult ass question for Stargate because she don't think she did anything wrong, even though she's going through
I
her people.
didn't.
Oh,
What did I
Lord
tell you?
Jesus.
He said
Look,
there was nothing you
bam.
could do. It was nothing.
Already. Okay, Identity. Let's start with you. How did you contribute to the problem of that relationship?
I stuck around too long,
Ooh,
Mm,
and I went
yeah.
against my what do they call them?
lower
Deal
self.
breakers.
Oh,
Mhm. Mhm.
No,
you
like deal
compromised
breakers.
too much.
I didn't compromise. I just didn't even capitalize on my deal breakers. They were clearly crossed. I just didn't do anything.
But identity, isn't it fair to say that sometimes you shelf the deal breakers, right, because of your
Keep that
bond with
thought,
the
Bullshit.
person?
Stargate. Please keep that thought. Don't lose your thought. But look at Trini Gal. I can't
I,
stand
that's
her
what I
ass.
was.
I
Listen,
can't
I
we
saw
gotta
it.
stand her
see
ass.
Trinity gal. She listen. We gotta cash up Trinity for
I'm not
listening.
cash apping her shit. I can't stand her ass, man. But go ahead. Go back to your
I
thought. But
love
God.
that comment. I wanted to talk about it too. But like I said, identity, like when you bond with a person, it's like you, I don't want to say like you, what's the word? Like you say, it's not like, because I don't call it settling. I just figured like you kind of be like, you put the person first or you put the relationship first. And it's like you're trying to see if that person can rise to the expectations, right? of that what's best for the relationship, not necessarily what's
But did
best.
you sign up for potential or did you sign up for a mate? At
Of
some
Right.
point, if
course,
they
Right.
don't
I
You signed up
transition
for
into a
potential,
mate,
unfortunately.
but you
if
all
they
know
don't,
I do. I will fall in love with potential at the drop of a hat, and I
Right.
know
well,
And
that
then and then
that's
get
your
divorced when they
contribution
don't reach
then.
and of
when they
course,
don't
and
reach
it
out.
doesn't work out for me. I get it, and that's why you have to be strong, like identity and binary, and nip this
Fact.
shit
Well,
in
I
the bud.
wasn't strong in that moment. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't strong at
Yeah,
all. I was,
I need a weaning off
yeah.
process.
So Luana wants to know where the ex is now. Now my ex, I don't really know. I haven't been keeping tabs, but
I don't know.
the last thing I learned about her is she was married and it has a pretty good life. That's the last thing I've heard. So shout out to her, and I hope she continues to live her best life. So
What about your
I
identity?
I can't avoid mine. Mine still floats around my family.
are you serious?
Ooh,
Yeah, bro.
that's commitment right there, identity.
Oh
Yeah, bro.
shit!
Your ex is
To this day,
committed
bro.
to being tagged
And
by
it and
you,
it
Damn.
it
brother.
caused a wedge too. It caused a big
Oh
wedge
my
because I was like, yo,
gosh.
if I move on, we all moving
We
on.
all
Like
move
we
on.
ain't playing this game, you know?
Well,
Mhm.
I would say what happened to what was funny is because by the time I was with Brother Minister, this is what happened. The last time I heard about him, my mom actually went to go get like her car oil changed. So she was ready to like sometimes it take like about an hour.
Mhm.
And he came around to the front. He said, "Yo," he said, he was like, "How's so and so?" And my mom was like, "Oh, she's with a wonderful guy."
Oh god. Oh god.
And so it was like, and that kind of like boosted my little ego. The fact that he lost a good one, mom. I appreciate that. But then she had said that every time she would go get her car, so he actually ended up working the place that she would get her car service. And I remember he would put her ahead of the line, and it was like, you know what? I
That's
said, "Ma,
crazy.
that's pretty dope." I
Yeah,
appreciate him doing that.
that's
But
cool.
remember, I told you he's not good at keeping a job. So she said, "Yeah, it was good for what she said."
She was at
He
the
got
front of the
fired
line for
from her.
2 months.
He said,
That Negro, man.
he always find a way to get fired.
So
So
I don't know why Elsie's trying to have your back. You were not on the morning commute this morning. So I don't know why the hell she's saying because
was
you
she
were on the morning
lassie though?
commute.
She was probably lassie though. You
No,
know,
you. I think she was saying you're excused
You
because you were on the morning commute.
she was talking
But
about
that
me.
was 2 days ago. Yeah. What's she talking about?
Oh, oh, listen. Thank
She
you.
said
And
she
I
still loves
appreciate
her.
that.
She still loves her ex-in-laws.
Uh,
You one of those, huh?
it
You
was
sitting
want to
on the
walk
couch
listen,
away.
I'm going to
when
my
yeah,
ex-law mama house. I'm
your
going to help her
ex-husband
cook this
and her new wife come walking through the door. You sitting on the
and you
couch
over
like,
there
don't
helping her.
mind me. Don't mind me. Helping out the mama and
I'm
shit.
just helping out mom cook the food.
That's
We
some
making these
Man,
bullshit.
that
pies. We
damn
making these
excuse gets on my
pies.
nerve.
Oh, so what happens that her ex hasn't moved on and still wants her back.
Let's
Damn.
get it. What
Newly
happened?
married.
Let's
I've been
get
married my current
it.
husband for 20 years. Wow. I had to move to
Mm.
another
Wow.
state. Damn.
Yeah, it's been over a decade for me. And I
Yo, my
guarantee
mama
Damn.
you,
said, yo, B, she said,
if I really wanted it, I could have it back. And I ain't got no time for that bullshit. But yeah,
Not
it's still lingering.
not still attending family functions. She's
yo,
showing up at the
Yes,
reunions and shit.
LC ain't
Lord
playing.
yes,
Jesus.
LC is not
bro,
playing.
TMO
bro.
said, "Oh hell
Christmas,
no, you ain't gonna be at my man's house. What the fuck?"
Christmas, Thanksgiving,
She wearing matching
birthdays.
pajamas and shit at Christmas.
I'm telling you, bro,
LC
it's
said,
a
I don't
real
care about
scenario.
they have her feelings.
Shoot, yeah, you right, TMO. What happens, man? Walk through the door, she just jump on him, and her legs are
20
wrapped around his
years.
head.
20 years. Yo,
Damn.
let's get it. What happened? She got
CEO is here.
that.
Little boss lady's here. Good to see you. Thank you for being here.
I pray I ain't dealing with this 20 years in, but I'm already half that. So I can't really say
I
much.
didn't go say. Did I say we all done moved on?
Right. Good Lord.
You know,
Good Lord. All right, so here's question number 2. Now, this is for the hoe days, and I think this is a good question for you, Stargate, because it deals with patterns, and we got to figure out what's going on because is this true? Okay, do you tend to repeat the same mistakes or choose the wrong person in relationships after
yes.
the
I'm answering for the
Your
script.
answer for Star, right?
Yes.
Get it, identity. Get it. Yo, I love being in love. That's all I can say, yo.
That's
Listen.
crazy.
That's why
Even if it's toxic.
anybody can
Right.
get it.
That's why I'm glad for where is it? Where's the point? Just being real with yourself. Like
Right,
that
right,
helps with this
right.
because if I didn't after I had what do you call it when it's is it a, is it wait no I'm no that's gonna be too much info.
Trick,
TMI. Nope, calm down, Binary.
trick girl is shooting her shot for real.
Oh God, what is she saying? Oh
Trust me,
Lord.
you can do better.
Middle school. Over here for real, you still free?
Let's get it, Trinity. Yeah.
Okay, they're
Oh,
cordial,
Elsie
no
says no
drama.
drama.
Okay,
Okay, that's what's up.
that's good. So
Well,
there's a
one thing
Very
for
mutual
sure, he can't
understanding.
keep his stable straight.
Thank you. I do love hard and fast. Listen,
That just
woo,
don't sound
head
right.
first. When I say head first, what happened? I mean head first for real. Woo,
Yeah.
hard and strong.
Yeah, Yvonne already knew the answer. She already knew. She already knew what was up. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
fact. Those are facts. Everybody that knows you knows. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, they know. They know me. They know me.
Yeah, everybody
Even
that
Miss
knows you
O.
knows.
Even
Mhm.
Miss O know me.
Yeah, even Team is on. She even know you. That's crazy.
She know me. She know me too.
All right, here's a
Oh
good
my
question
goodness.
here's a good question for us. And remember, these are also questions for you guys in the chat. So if y'all want to answer these with us, please do so because we would love to know. So think about how you react to stress and deal with conflict and insecurities. Could you act in a more constructive way? I thought I did a fantastic job of how I handled, the divorce process and all that stuff. You know what I mean? When she brought in the lawyers and the lawyers started getting greedy and I just let that shit happen. The way my wife handled her phone calls and all that shit. You know what I mean? I think we did a great job.
Mhm.
Now that came with stress. So it wasn't as if it wasn't stressful. That shit was stressful because the ex and I, we agreed on certain things. Like, okay, I'm gonna get this, she's gonna get that. I'm gonna have this amount of money out of our bank account. She's gonna get that. You know what I mean? And that all that. Look, I gave her our entire bank account.
Mm.
I just started over from scratch. But don't forget who was calling who at the end. Gotta remember that shit. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, money ain't really shit at the end of the day. It just isn't, man. It just isn't. So go ahead. Anybody else want to answer this? Because I took over that question.
I think that was a
Perfect response to that.
Ask it again.
So, think about how you react to stress and deal with conflict and insecurities. Could you act in a more constructive way?
During the split.
Yeah.
because it's not about
I
constructiveness.
think
It's
the
about
cleanest, like, I'm sorry.
What's up? What's up, Room Shaker? Thanks for being here. Appreciate you being in the
oh no,
building.
you finish first, identity.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead,
was gonna
identity.
say
Yeah.
that like the best way to handle it was to just a clean break, but even that's hard. That's not as straightforward. You know what I mean? Even if you're doing it out of anger, it's still not that easy. But
Right.
could I have done it better way or a more constructive way? Honestly, I don't think the mindsets were right for constructive anything at that time because it was all toxic at that point.
Right.
It
Right.
was it was as toxic as it could be at that point. Like I ain't never been in that kind of scenario, so it was like even that's not me. Like I ain't got time to be doing this. And you know what's funny? I used to always think about before going through that, I always wondered when two people like actually get to that point of like loving one another, and then where the hell did it turn into I can't stand you and I hope you die?
Oh shit.
I never
Right.
understood that
Right.
An
before I went through it. Now
actor.
I ain't wish death. I
That's
didn't wish death,
that's when you're
but
scorned. That's when you're
I'm
scorned.
like, what
That's
the
how it changed. That's when
hell?
the tables start turning, and you just, the love of your life becomes your enemy because they robbed what you thought you were supposed to have. And you look at that
Mm,
person and you're thinking that person robbed you of that. When in all actuality, you robbed yourself because you probably gave them way too much. You probably put way too much on them that you shouldn't have. You see what I'm saying? And so when they don't meet your expectations, Stargate, you get a little cray cray. So let's just look at this. This is more of a thought. Consider whether or not you accept other people the way they are, not the way they
Mhm.
could or should be.
that's
I'm
that
like, well, you
potential.
got my feelings all into the representative. You might as well, keep that representative representing.
Lord Jesus. See, I was able to catch that, but your phone is breaking up. Your internet is bugging out.
Yeah.
But I was able to, I was
Ah,
able to catch, I was able to catch that. But you are not going to make, you are not going to turn your man that ain't shit into your dream husband. Like the shit just ain't gonna happen. That's like thinking your dude is putty and you could just mold and shape him into whatever the hell you want to mold and shape him into, and that's just not the case. You know what I
No.
mean? Yeah. So Miss TMO said, wait, hold on. Your wife was answering calls. Was you double dipping? Nah, I did explain this scenario a little while back, but for whatever reason, my ex decided it's time to give me phone calls like a year after. Now this is a year after I left the house. So of course the divorce stuff was still happening and it was fresh off of that, right? And so she was making her phone calls. I forgot what she was calling me for. I don't know. Maybe some stuff needed to be signed, but yeah, my wife definitely answered the phone at that time. Yeah. And it wasn't like it was a house phone, you know what I'm saying? So she answers the phone. I mean, you know,
Shit, I'm still getting text messages, bro.
I can't believe it. How's she
It's
finding your
it's
number?
no,
I
but
know you
it's
changed your
well, no,
number.
it's the same number. No. No,
Oh
I
damn.
didn't. I just blocked. I
Oh
just
damn.
blocked. But then it did all yeah, just changed the number and then it changed the phone you call from. She was calling from friends' phones, like all kinds of shit. I was like, damn. I was like, you know what? I don't know the number. I ain't answering. So yeah,
Wow.
I don't respond. No, but you know what's weird? It'll come in as like let's say something happened, like maybe a comedian died or something. And
Mhm.
I'm a big comedian fan. She knows that. She'll send the link to it. Like, hey,
Lord.
look at this. Like, like we homies. I'm like, I ain't
That's
responding to this shit.
great, bro. You dodged a bullet. Imagine if you had kids with her, bro. You'd be in trouble, man.
Yeah, I'd have been in real big trouble, man.
Right. Yvonne says she has to stay away from her ex. If not, he could actually sway her back. That's
Well,
thank you for
know
being
they know your
vulnerable.
buttons. They know how to
Yeah.
touch you, so to speak.
Yeah. Thanks for being vulnerable in that moment. Just a level of honesty and transparency there. Transparency there, Yvonne. That's crazy. Most women won't admit that the dude can like sway them back. You know what I'm saying? They don't admit
Yeah.
that. The fuck that nigga, man. I don't give a shit about that Negro. What? Why address Stargate like that? Because we already know what's happening with Star. We already know. We already know. Yeah, she down, right? That's that damn internet. Come on, Star. Get your shit together, girl. What's going on here? Because I do have the fifth and final question, but I don't want to do it without Stargate up here. You know what I mean? So what's going on in the land of Q butter, bro? While we wait for Stargate, what's happening over there?
um, hold on.
Oh, they just.
Over
Oh, I
here
was about to
coughing up
say.
a lung over here,
Oh,
man.
okay.
Um, yeah, I'm trying not to do it on the mic.
Right.
Yeah, nothing. Actually, not much this week. Haven't been
Hmm.
live in a couple days, so but that's because of the science fair,
Oh,
the all
right.
black
Yeah.
science fair and all of that. Yeah, I think he's going to probably set up another one soon.
Now, are you
But
close enough to actually go to these things?
I'm not. He's up New York. I don't. I'm not near New York like that
Oh, okay.
close, so I
Okay.
can't like physically attend. I would though.
Right.
I would. I really. If I'm in the area because I travel, a little bit here and there,
Hmm.
I would go. I would definitely go. Nappy went to one.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah,
That's
Nappy
what's
went
up.
to one. He actually he live streamed it.
Oh, that's crazy. That's cool.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and so he's not trying to expose Q Butter, is he?
No, no, no. He went to
Okay,
go
he's cool with.
support him.
Okay, okay. Because
And he
You know how
met him.
Nappy
He
Yankee
shook
is.
his hand.
All right,
He shook
Star's
his
back. Let me
hand.
bring her up. Uh huh.
Yeah, I
Yeah, yeah,
apologize.
yeah. He shook his hand. He introduced himself. He's like, "Look, I'm doxing myself right now, but that he met Nappy."
Yeah, that's when you just hit mute. Yeah, just hit mute and introduce yourself. You know what I mean? Come on, Nappy Yankee. Nappy Yankee freaking
No, he physically walked up on him and shook his hand on the live stream. Like they talked a little bit. And
I know, but you can still mute your live stream. Or was it his live stream? Was it Q Butter's live stream?
no, no, it was Nappy. He was
Yeah.
actually live streaming the event. This,
He
like
should have
showing,
mute.
look,
He
here's
should have
here's
mute and been
some
like,
of the
yo.
projects the kids had.
He should have been like, yo, I'm gonna mute real quick because I'm gonna introduce myself. People don't understand, but now you got his whole government.
No, no, no. He introduced himself as Nappy.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's how Q Butter knows him. He knows him as Nappy. I would introduce myself as Identity. Like, I mean, he knows him as that. So that's why
Oh
he was
shit,
like,
identity. I don't
you
know if
know,
this is a troll, but this dude came in swinging. I don't know if this
bro.
is a troll, brother. Oh shit. Oh
I'm known as
damn.
the flat Earth killer over there on Q Butter.
That's
So I got
hilarious.
people actually throwing flat Earth
Oh
stuff at me right now.
no. Yeah, he came in swinging. Where did this come from?
Damn, bro. Hit the link,
You
bro. Hit
dropped
the
Q Butter's
link.
name. You dropped Q Butter's name, and then the flat earthers just come out of the clouds. Are you serious?
I destroyed many of flat earthers, bro. So
Yeah.
I'm known for that.
He said, "You're the mother effing troll, Negro, not
I
him.
know.
The
That's why he's
earth
not hitting
is
the link.
flat. The earth
That's why he's
is
not hitting the link.
flat. Damn." And he looks like a white. He looks like a white. You know,
Right.
What?
you know, I roll with the whites now. I roll with the whites. Come
Now,
on up. I
now
got
he
your back,
he
brother.
he he would be allowed over at Q's, but at a cost.
The costume.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can pay for your opinion if you want to
Now,
come up and
I'll tell
say
you
your
this,
opinion.
Jim. I'll tell you this, Jim. You may not be a troll, but I am. I am a proud troll. Identity. He's not proud of it, but he is a troll. So you're actually telling the truth when you say that. So you could come on up and get trolled, brother. But the difference between us is we troll with the truth. Okay, we troll with the truth, and we will agree with you if you could just prove to us that the Earth is flat. And it's not even a us thing, because I believe you. I believe you that the Earth is flat. So you could come on up and make identity see the light if you
I
want.
would love that.
Yeah, you come on up and allow identity to see the light, brother.
I would
If you want to do that.
love that.
Now he said, "Of course you are. Yes, you are a troll with the lies." Okay, I mean, if that's what you want. Okay, okay, you tell the okay, brother.
Okay.
Okay,
Why are you yelling, bro?
I know the all caps is killing us right now, and it's murdering us. But should we time him out for 24 hours to force him to hit the link to get his point across? Should we do that?
He's gonna keep just throwing shots in the dark, man. So he ain't gonna come up on this.
You don't want to come up. Okay, well, at least for the love of God, don't all cap. Just don't all cap, brother. Stay in the stay in the chat. I am
Now,
a
I do want
troll.
to
I
ask.
know I sound like that's because I am a troll.
Yeah,
I'm a troll.
yeah.
Oh,
He's not familiar. He's not familiar with what goes on over here. Are you
do you
familiar
think
with?
I'm a
Is this from a
Freemason or
Q
are you a
Butter?
Freemason? He must be
Is this
from.
because he's from Q Butter? Yeah, I'm curious. Are
He
you from
must.
the
I have no
listen to Q?
idea, but I find it interesting that we bring that up, and then he drops out of the. Look, we only have 30 people in here, man.
Right,
How
right.
the hell? Like, what the? I don't know, bro. I don't know. But anyways, he doesn't
Yeah, he
want
ain't
to.
gonna hit the link.
Yeah, it might be, Yvonne. I think let's go ahead and hit him with the 24 hours. And if he wants to talk to
No.
us, he could come on up and talk to us. We'll do it that way. What if he came up yelling? Like he matched his shit,
Well, that would work.
right? Identity, brother. I'm gonna tell you why the earth is flat, brother. Why are you screaming? I'm not screaming. This is how I talk, brother. The
Cat's mouth
government's
is
lying.
stuffed.
The government's lying to everybody. The government's lying. You only get mad and call it conspiracy theories because I'm telling the truth, and the truth is against everything that you believe, and the government's lying. Would you be able to defend that?
All day, bro.
I
All
would have
day,
to.
bro.
He seems like the type that I would
I
have to
think it
mute.
was born for it.
I know. Identity's
Yeah, well, you
begging
know
for him
what?
to do something up.
I got a lot stronger over accused because I never dealt with this before. And
Right.
then, like the moment they start going into the math, I'm like, okay, now you playing with fire. Don't
Yeah.
come over here with that bullshit. I'm gonna sniff it out, and I'm gonna call you on it.
All right, let's finish the fifth and final question, and then we could jump into it because maybe he'll hit the link. Who knows? And here we go. It says, examine your negative feelings as a starting point for change. Are you in control of your feelings, or are they in control of you? Or are
Hey,
they?
remember that, like specifically ignoring them is it's you're still in.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't you still not really in control.
Right. Yeah.
If you still harboring like the negative nasty, it's still there. Like even if you don't even want to admit it to be like make it sound like, oh, I'm still attached. To some degree, you still are. Like
Right.
you haven't fully let it go, and
Right.
unfortunately, I'm seeing that live. Like, damn, you really have not let this go.
Right.
But
Right.
I have
Yeah.
no control over how they think. Right? I can't do anything about that.
That's facts. And I'm not gonna hold you. Like, although I was being real with myself after I separated, because the divorce takes time. So after I separated and I was on my own, I was being really real with myself. The next relationship I get into, that's going to be my wife. You know what I mean? So I was real because I already knew I can't be single and I can't be a hoe. Like I just can't. Like I can't keep up with the lifestyle. I don't like the lifestyle. You know what I mean? And it
Hmm.
felt like I wasn't even in relationships, and it felt like I was juggling women. Isn't that the weirdest shit in the world? And I
Hmm.
felt committed, and like my phone, like if you looked into my cell phone, oh my, it was like the black book. It was like the little, you know what I'm saying? It was like the book, and it was bad. It was bad, 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 bad. And
Mm.
it felt so good to delete all those numbers out of my phone whenever I found the right one. Like it felt so damn good. It felt like all these burdens were being like let go and off of, it just felt really, 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 really good.
Right. Right.
Now, what I was gonna say though was I was coming to terms with who I was. I was being real with myself, but I never examined the negative feelings that I had. I never used that as a starting point. I always saw myself as some type of victim for whatever reason. I was the victim of divorce. You know what I mean? I was a divorcee.
Mm.
You know what I mean? At such a young age, I failed. I failed my parents. I failed her parents. I failed her. I failed myself. You know what I mean? And I never sat down and examined those types of feelings because those are lies. Those were all lies that I was feeding into, and it was developing in my heart and developing in my spirit. You know what I mean? I didn't fail anybody. If anything, I freed myself from all that bullshit. But I did not take
Yeah.
the time to truly examine, you know what I mean, those feelings that I was harboring.
Well, it's easy to fall victim, right? Or to at
Hmm.
least call it that. It's
Hmm.
because it takes a little bit of the not a little bit. It actually mentally excuses you from any kind of blame.
Yeah.
Like for
Yeah.
yourself. It's not for everybody else. That's you saying, I was a victim. It's like, yeah,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
what role did you play though? Really? You
Exactly.
played a role.
Exactly. Yeah. So Yvonne, I'm with you. That didn't feel anything. It took me forever to get to that. It took me forever because I'm gonna take that didn't feel anything as a clean slate. As a okay, now I'm finally free to explore the world for real and not just have all this rebound sex or whatever the hell I was doing. You know what I mean? But to truly be like, okay, all right. I've examined everything. I went through everything. Now, how does this world open up to me? You know what I mean? How am I going to travel now? How am I going to move? How am I going to be a functioning citizen in society? Because I'm not even going to hold you, man. There was a time there where I couldn't even function very well in society, bro. Like I really couldn't. My
Mhm.
my job was just it was just bad, man. Everything was bad. Somebody at my job gave me the best advice. He was like, binary, just take 2 weeks, bro. Take 2 weeks off and just don't think about any of this shit. Now that don't think about any of this shit, I wish I would have thought about it. You know what I mean? Because those 2 weeks would have been even better well spent instead of me being a hoe. But taking those 2 weeks to get out of those familiar environments that reminds me of everything that I just let go. You know what I mean? Because at my job, there were constant reminders. I'm not going to say what they were, but there were constant reminders of my old life. I mean, constant. So every single day, I'd have to wake up and be reminded, bro, you just left stuff. You just left stuff. You just left stuff. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And so to take those 2 weeks, that actually did help. You know what I mean? But yeah, you gotta really. How was your social circle identity whenever you and your old girl broke up? Did it
What do
change?
you mean, like, did like well, I didn't really have, like, a large circle, it was family.
Mm.
It
Oh,
was
her
family.
family as well.
More so mine.
Mm.
Like, the circle we had was, like, 90% my family.
And so now she probably felt excluded, which is why she's
Yeah,
harassing your ass right now.
she didn't wanna go. 'Cause it
Wow.
meant it may have meant at the time, I thought that's what it really did mean. You're not just walking away from me, or at least I'm not.
Mhm.
The day I decided to say, "Look, the chasing is done, the worrying about where you're going, what you're doing, who you with, who you talking to, it's
All that
gone."
shit's over. Mhm.
But it also means that, like, yeah, the family that you thought you were being attached to, you gotta let that go too.
Right.
Like, I'm a package deal. Yeah, that's what it is,
Mhm.
'cause I've always been, like, family first and all that stuff. So, yeah, like, 90% of my circle was my family.
Mm. Mm, mm,
So,
mm.
and I can't even imagine walking away from like that, like, because that was, like, both of our identity, you know what I mean? That was our
Right.
world,
Now, you know
and it
what's
was like, "Well, I
crazy?
ain't gotta walk from her. It's my family. I ain't walking."
Yeah, that's crazy. This is what's crazy about that situation is it was the reverse for me. Like, I had nothing but her family out here. I moved out of my house at 17, bro.
Mm,
And so, what's crazy is I had nothing but her family. That was my support group. So when
yeah.
I divorced her, I divorced her family. And so I was really, really out here like, oh shit. Because I was way too prideful. I'm not going to tuck tail and run home. Like that shit ain't happening. All my brothers and sisters did that shit. They all went out into the world, got beat up a little bit, and went back home. I've I
Mhm.
I prided myself on that shit. I was like, hell to the nah. Like, hey, I'd rather be homeless, yo, than to go back home because that's when I would really, really feel like a failure. If my old ass is laying up in my room when I was like 15 and 16, that room, and I'm looking at the walls and shit, like, oh my god, that you know how much depression would come over me. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm here. And so I prided myself on that, but I'm not gonna lie, man. That shit was hard, bro. So I can kind of see why your ex was stalking the shit out of you if she doesn't have a support system. You know what I mean? If she lost all that, but I just dealt with it. I'd talk to my mom on the phone, and she would try her hardest. Just come home, just come home. Like, nope, that shit ain't happening.
Yeah, I guess, like I said, what I didn't envision is the divide it would create, because when I would come back home,
Hmm.
right? Because I haven't been home in years, but when I would come back home, like events and all of that, and then being around family, and then it was just weird because it was like
Mm,
everybody knows what's going on. And I said, eventually, somebody's going to be in my pocket. Somebody's going to
hmm.
be on my side. I'm not coming home by myself every.
Right. Yep.
And when I started to actually flex that, But it made my wife uncomfortable because she got stalked too. She actually got stalked.
Oh,
Like
damn. Yeah, you bring up a great point, but go ahead. Go ahead. So
yeah,
your
she
wife
got
is getting
stalked.
stalked?
Oh, well, she ran off a couple people. Like I was dating when I was actually trying to date. She ran off like 3 of them.
That's insane.
Yeah, like sending them like random emails, like, "Yo, you know he has a fiance and he has," and I'm like, "You mother."
That's crazy. That's
Yep.
crazy. I will say this, 2 things I wanna say that you sparked something in my mind. I will say this, I remember one phone call when the ex was pretty much trying to get in my wife's head and was like, pretty much saying, I had him first. There's nothing new you can ever do with him. And
Mhm.
that kind of hurt us a little bit. You know what I mean? But we worked through that. But she did try to psychologically damage my wife and shit, which was crazy. So there was that. And then there's also this element, bro, that is crazy. And I'm pretty sure there's people in the chat that can relate. Oh no, Travell is back. How? I thought we timed him out for
Focus,
24
bro.
hours.
Focus, bro.
I thought we
You were
timed
on
his ass
something.
out. Oh my god, he's back though.
Well, maybe it says troll account.
Oh my god.
Did he, is his name spelled like it usually always is?
I don't know, but I got him. Oh, what happens now? Oh, he's gone for 80. Wait, he's done. Damn, he is done. Like I got him, and then what happened came through and got him, got him a second time. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. So yeah. When I brought Mrs. Code home for the first time, it was strange. Oh my
Yep.
god, it was weird. It was so weird. The way my family would look, the way you know what I mean? And then like all my nieces, they made it worse because I had a niece. She was like 7, so she didn't know what the hell she was saying. So she rolled up on us and was like, "Hey, uncle, where's your other wife?" I'm like, "What the
Oh,
fuck?"
Jesus.
I know. Oh my god.
Damn.
Damn it.
Whoa.
They don't know any better.
Shit. Yeah, they don't know no better, but it's just like, oh my god, man. And if my wife wasn't as strong-willed as she is and understanding and loving and stuff, man, all that shit could have been triggering. And then
Yeah,
there was
I
another
had to
thing.
keep
Go ahead.
explaining that. I had to keep explaining, like, "Look, this is not to my doing,
Right.
and if I respond, it's only gonna get worse."
Facts.
So that was a
Facts.
tight situation. Like, what do you do? Like, I don't want it to happen, but if I respond, it's attention, and then that's like hitting a reset button.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If she figures this out, like, "Oh, it's working, it's working."
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Look, just hang in there. I know it's hard. I didn't ask for this, and I didn't want you to be a part of this. This is my situation,
Oh, Sean is here.
but
Let
I
me hear
can't
from her.
control it. I can't control not letting go." Like I didn't envision that so many years later. So I was like,
Right.
"Shit."
Right. Oh, and another thing is like my family wasn't even prepared at all. Kind of pissed me off. Like you look in a corner and you see a picture of me and my ex. It's like you've got to be kidding me. Really? Really?
Well, that's
Like,
how I figured out who the real family members in my life was. I had an aunt that she loved putting photos up, and me and my ex was all in that house. And the
oh my,
day I told her I was bringing, like, "Hey, look, I've been moved on. I'm with somebody I think I'm gonna marry." And the first day met, they clicked. But the first thing I noticed was she took every photo down.
that's what's up.
I said, "Yeah, she's in my corner.
Yeah, that's what's
She's in
up.
my corner." She's like, "Look, if you tell me I rock with who you rock with, that's just how it's gonna be."
Right?
And it didn't help that, like, she was running around telling, like, my family that I was abusive, and I was like,
Oh
"God
my
damn.
god. Oh.
Yeah, damn." But I had family that knew well enough. They were like, "That doesn't even sound like you." I'm like, "'Cause it ain't me."
Dang. Now, I
Yeah,
don't
bro.
understand what exes think they can accomplish. Like, if they want to get back with us, how does slandering us
I have
defamation.
no idea.
How does that work in their favor? Like, I don't understand how that works in their favor. And Stargate, you've been on mute for a minute. You good? What's going on, girl? You all right?
I'm
Yeah, she
enjoying
must.
y'all, you know.
Okay.
All right, just
Yeah, I was
making
surprised
sure
she was
because this is
quiet too.
yeah,
All
because
right.
this is strange. So I'm just okay. All right. She must be maybe Ness is live or Bree. She must be in another because you know Shakim be
Oh
doing
my
that
God.
shit.
I'm listening. I'm
Shakim be
here
on
with y'all.
Shakim be on panels, but his ass be somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? He be gone.
No, I'm here with y'all. I'm here.
All right.
Yeah,
So we
bro.
got about 20 minutes. This was a great discussion. We could talk about anything you guys want to talk about. It's completely up to y'all. We could continue on with this discussion if you want, or we could just jump into anything else. But we only got about 20 minutes, and I'm glad we didn't get into too much effery, you know what I mean, or any of that, because
Right.
the shit gets old after a while, and I got 2 hours every single morning that I have to get into effery. So so this, so this feels good, man. This feels real good.
Yeah,
Oh my
sometimes too though, just talking about it because I didn't. I was like you, yo. Nobody knew until the shit hit the fan.
god.
Like nobody knew a damn thing till
Mm-hmm.
it was like, yeah, this has been done over a year. Nobody knew. I just
Yeah.
stopped coming around, stopped, and it wasn't initially it was embarrassment, but then it was also I don't want people in my business like that. Like I'm dealing
Yeah.
with this.
Yeah. That's
I'm
true.
dealing with this. So
I definitely didn't want people in my business. I really didn't. And they weren't. They weren't. But it was like, come on, mom, because it was my mom and dad. It's like
hmm
y'all gotta have more sense than that. Y'all know I'm bringing somebody home. Y'all know, oh my god, man, and to just
yeah,
see the pictures, I was mad, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. I was mad. That was one time that I think I actually scolded my mama, man. I was
yeah,
I was mad, bro. I was mad. She's like, I didn't even think about it. I didn't even. I was like, yeah, that's the problem. You didn't even think about it. You know what I'm saying? Shit, man.
yeah. That's. I think that was the main strain with my mom, especially because I had to tell her how to
Mm,
act.
right,
Like it was weird, but I was like,
Yeah.
why am I explaining this to you? Why is this not like built in? Why are you acting like you don't understand how to act?
right.
You
Yeah,
know? Like
it's
it's a
crazy.
respect thing, right? It's to me, it's a respect thing. So I said, I made a choice. Like this one's the one I'm with. So no matter what, he comes first. So
Yeah,
if she's
yeah.
uncomfortable, then I'm uncomfortable. And if I'm uncomfortable, I ain't coming.
Shoot, but you know what? Let's end it with this identity. Let's go ahead and fast forward to now because
Yeah.
my wife, she is she is my life and my family loves her to death. And if I did anything wrong to my wife, I'm going to catch hell from every single member of my family. I'll tell you that right now. Like they love my wife to death, bro.
And that's the
I ain't
way it
there yet.
should. That's the way
Mhm.
it should.
I ain't there yet.
Oh,
We
you
ain't
ain't
there
there
yet.
yet? Damn, even with the
Nah.
grandbaby?
Nope.
That's crazy.
Nope. Nope. That's why I said, bro, this thing divided some people up that I didn't see coming. But
Mm,
yeah, I gotta stick to my guns. Like I know I'm doing right by, I got a family now, so they take priority over everything. So
yeah.
it is what it is.
Oh, so look at that. Look at that, Star. It was nice having you on the morning commute this week.
I know. I just can't get
Mhm.
up that early.
Right. And that early to you is 7 o'clock.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. And I don't get up until 1, y'all.
Yeah, I'd be getting up, it'd be like 2 hours ago, your
Prime
family
Period was
live.
live.
So I always catch the replay when I'm getting ready to get out of the house. And oh, look at Trinity Gal. It's like, wait a minute.
What do you mean back on the team? What does that mean?
No, I let MBK and By Derek rock out because I didn't want to interrupt it. I really actually came up there in defense of MBK, but I got this distracted
Right.
because Ghetto came up
The
on the
hell?
page.
Ghetto did come up there. You know he changed his name, right? He's not Ghetto Intellect no more. He is
What
single.
is it?
He's single intellect. So you're gonna have to change his name again.
Yeah, that's better.
Oh, so his name is Single. And I'm gonna call him Intellect. I'm like, teach me intellect.
Oh shit! Yeah, he gonna fall in love again.
You sleeping with the audience again?
What's
I
that?
appreciate it.
She's sleeping with the audience again?
Yeah, she's sleeping with the
Uh-oh,
audience
uh-oh.
again.
Oh,
But
damn.
look, we're using Stargate's coochie to better code, fam. So go ahead, sleep
God, damn.
sleep with whoever you need to sleep with, girl. I remember, look, I remember back in the day, right? This shit was funny as
Oh
hell.
my god.
Back in the day, I had a music manager, right?
Dimples. Hit the
Dimples
link,
in the house.
Dimples. Hit
Don't
the
tell her to
link.
hit the link. It's time to go. It's time
Oh,
to
it
go,
is.
Stargate.
It
God
is time
damn.
to go.
She
My
late.
bad.
She late.
My bad. My bad, Dimples. It is time to
Yeah.
go.
Rejected.
Thank you, Shauna.
Oh, she wants to know if you created that IG.
Wait, Brianna knows it. Ask Brianna to give it to
No,
you.
Stargate. Damn it. Why are you so lazy? Create
I
an
don't know how to
IG
put because I
that
don't know.
does not have your identity.
It don't have my
Stop it.
identity. I
So this is
promise
a
you,
new
it
one?
don't. I changed. No, well, it's not. It's
Does it
I
have
changed the
pictures of you
name.
all over the place and your family and all that bullshit?
No. The pictures because I made sure that it's like, but it is connected to my. Maybe I do need to get a whole new one. Yeah.
Oh my God, I swear to God.
You're right,
I
Lady
swear to
Dimple. I need to. I forget because it's connected to an account. All I did was change my name. I'm not internet savvy.
God.
I didn't remember. Yo, I
It's
didn't
probably
be like
public.
Stargate. I didn't be like Stargate. Would you quit taking emails from everybody at Stargate?
Not lazy gate. You are lazy
I
gate.
am lazy. You know, I'm trusting Trinigal, and I need to stop it. I got
Yeah,
to
let
stop
me
it.
review that shit. God, dog.
I
I have you on IG, but I have you on like my personal shit. So and like
Right.
if they can see your friends, they can like, oh, there go binary right there. Let me go ahead and
Right.
what the hell,
That's
man?
how- yeah. And so I do need you right. I need to create a separate IG.
And there go binary, big headed ass. What's his name?
Right. Because
God,
and you and identity.
you got us all at risk.
Yeah.
Stargate don't
Well,
know where the hell we at.
everything I do, I have all identity stuff.
Yeah, you smart.
Like once I created the email, everything else was like, all right, just run off that name and
Hey,
see all the
Lady
accounts.
Dimples. Look at Lady
What
Dimples.
the hell? Cut that shit out, Dimples. Cut that
Ooh.
shit out. What
Ooh.
the hell?
And you know,
What's up, Chrissy?
Lady Dimples versus Conscious.
No, identity, cut that shit out. Stop.
It's different.
Stop.
Because you know when Conscious,
Hey, it is what it is.
Remember
It's
when
not what it is, Negro.
It is what it is.
No, it's not. It is not what it is.
Yes, it is. Yes.
No, it's not. I don't know what I'm doing up. They're keeping me up right now with the bullshit. Thank you, Lady Dimples. I'm a married man, and besides, you a whole man. What the fuck?
Oh, Jesus.
You being married, that's not the only problem.
Right?
Huh?
God, dog.
But they ain't trying to
I mean,
show
I'm an
it.
ally, but damn it, y'all take that shit too far.
I mean, between Conscious TV and Lady Dimples, are you giving chooses? What kind of chooses?
I don't know what kind of signals. I don't know what kind of signals I'm giving because you're damn right. Conscious TV and Lady Dimple. I don't know what the hell.
Wait. What does
on
Conscious
here.
TV have to do with it? What happened?
You don't remember how he would flirt with codes? Identity, you forgot about that?
I didn't
Identity
pay
forgot all
attention to
about
that.
that shit.
Oh my
yeah.
god. I can't
I remember
believe
who that was. I remember I've been on
he
that
used
panel
to
before.
flirt with him. Well, you must not caught those shows, I think, because there was some shows
No.
that or
Yeah, because it would be on his platform.
it
That's
be
why.
on his
And I'll
platform.
be over there embarrassed as hell, man. Like, oh my
Right,
god,
right.
bro, I don't even know how to respond to this shit.
In the live.
It's his platform. You
Well,
mean hit the exit
turn off
button?
your computer.
Leave
Like,
studio.
there's
Leave
ways to leave.
studio.
It's not that easy, is it, Binary? Is it? Listen,
Well,
even
I
though
don't listen. I don't. Of course, I
you don't
blush and get
entertain
crazy,
it,
but
you
I
don't
don't. Yeah,
entertain it.
I don't trip on that kind of stuff. I think the shit's
Right,
funny.
right. You're very, what's they call it, confident in your heterosexuality.
Absolutely, one
Look at
hundred
you,
percent.
but I
Lady
didn't
Dimples
forget. I
thinks
didn't.
Shakim is fine. Also, that might be okay.
You must say, I ain't forget nothing.
Right? What might be okay? What'd you say? Identity?
Lady Dimples thinks Shakim is fine. Also, that might be okay.
A-
I think so.
Lady Dimples only supports Shakim. She kept saying she's not attracted to Shakim,
That's a big
but
difference.
she definitely supports him. I think she's trolling the shit out of me because I always be messing with Lady Dimples because you get two different Lady Dimples. You get the wig on and the wig off. If the wig is off,
Really?
you're getting cussed out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If the wig is off, you
Mhm.
getting cussed out. Oh shit. We trying to end this shit. Oh shit.
Mm-mm.
Hey y'all! Hey my sister from another mister!
That's what I'm
Here
talking
we go.
about.
Not the bell, brother. Lord Jesus.
Yes, create a separate IG because the beef sector will literally contact all your followers and the
Okay.
people that you're following. Like they are
Right.
treacherous. So
Right.
nothing attached. And
Nothing attached.
I have been known to dox a bitch or two.
Oh
I
shit.
got you,
Um,
lady. I got you,
Yeah,
lady.
so I don't want to be tempted, okay? But yeah,
Absolutely,
in
lady. I
terms
would.
of Dr. Binary Code,
Lord Jesus.
I'm an international whore, and I don't know what it is, but I love Asians, and he just
I'm not
served.
Asian like
Ooh,
that though. I'm black as shit.
But
What are you talking
no, them
about?
eyes,
you
them
a blazing.
eyes.
You a
Yeah, them
blazing.
blazing, honey. Them
Lord
eyes
Jesus.
say it all. But I do respect the sanctity. Sorry, I've had a
Sanctity of
couple of
marriage.
drinks.
It's
The
okay.
Well, I
sanctity
love
of
dimples. Look,
marriage.
Identity.
even what happened said, why is Stargate? She's never this happy. I
But
love Lady Dimples.
yes, and I loved your professional picture you had the other day serving up the
Oh,
ghetto.
listen,
Now,
I'll put it on for you. You
oh,
want
I
the
love that
Lord
professional?
profile,
Jesus.
honey.
Listen,
But
let's get
no,
that
but
I got a
professional
show in the
picture there.
morning.
Let's get it.
we gotta work on ghetto. I haven't gotten a chance to talk to ghetto, but ghetto needs some work, some spiritual work
He
going
needs some
on.
spiritual. Now listen,
Uh-huh.
I do love
Facts,
potential.
Shauna.
I love me some Shauna.
She in the
But no,
clouds right now.
Dr. Binary, I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable, but goddamn, I mean, you're a nice looking fella. That's it. That's
Oh,
all. I mean, you could
Okay,
take a
I
compliment.
appreciate that, Lady
Yeah,
Dimples.
that's it. You know what? In identity, I don't know on because identity. If he looks anything like this avatar, he's a nice looking guy. But
He
I
does. He
don't
looks
know.
exactly like his avatar.
Really?
Yeah, you
I don't
just
know
got to
what
put
high
about 20 pounds on him, and he looks exactly like his avatar.
Yeah. I could jump on that bone, but anyway,
Hey,
um,
Jesus, hold on, hold on.
Go ahead and hit that button, Identity. Seems like you're ready.
No,
I see
no,
that.
I
See
didn't.
that shit ain't happening.
that's a pause
Yeah,
moment.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No disrespect. I'm sorry.
No,
I
I'm all right.
do
I'm all right.
actually cherish straight men. I don't believe in all this. Everyone got to be gay and all that shit. I don't believe in that shit.
right, right.
But yeah. Anyway, let me get off of here. Code. I didn't see your show because I was just in another sector and I just came over here. But I had to see
No,
my
thank
star. Like
I
I was like,
of
oh
love
my
course.
you, Lady
god.
Dimples. I
I mean,
can't
I
wait to.
adore you too, girl.
I
Yeah, but
adore
yeah,
you.
stop being lazy. Create that page. But no,
I
me and
am
Brianna,
lazy. You know me. I'm lazy.
yeah,
Yeah. I gotta
and
stop
come
it.
see us and stop being underneath them patients' beds,
You
honey.
Lord
saw
And
that. You
Jesus.
did.
Jesus.
You saw that.
yeah, it was so funny. It was so funny. And Code, you gotta let at least give them. I got 2 points to make before I
Okay.
leave. Okay.
Hmm.
And hopefully I'm not slurring too much because I
We
had a
know you
I
drinking,
still,
girl.
you
You
still
drinking.
sound
you
so
you
clear.
caught me at my very good hour, honey. I enjoy being drunk, but I
Oh
really need to
Lord,
stop. But anyway,
Look at
pray
Trinity.
pray for me. Tell Ming Ling to pray for me, honey, because I
not
know
Ming Ling, Lord
she
Jesus.
Jesus.
she's the spiritual one. I already know.
She
She's
is.
the
She is.
she's
Big
the
time.
one that can really get it
No,
through.
you're damn
But
right. You're right.
Lord forgive me.
Oh
Oh God, I'm
hell
horrible.
no!
But anyway, I had 2 points to
I
make.
love it. I
First of
love
all,
it.
you gotta rotate
Coming from my
and,
wife.
and
God.
bring in Star and Identity onto the main platform, whatever one that
Oh,
is, you
Oh
decide.
my
Just
God.
rotate them, give them a chance. Don't put them together, but
white
try to bring them
binary.
in. Yeah. And
I hate code, fam.
secondly,
I swear to God, I do. But go ahead, Lady Dimples. Go ahead.
yeah, secondly, I forgot what the other point was, but it come to me. But anyway, thank you for letting me on your platform.
I love
Hopefully
you,
I didn't disrespect
Dimples.
y'all. Bye,
I hope you
y'all.
have a
All
Good
right.
night,
great
Peace,
See you
night.
later,
peace,
Lady
peace,
Have a
Dimples.
everyone.
great night, Dimples.
Yeah, Lady Dimples come
peace.
up here talking her shit. God damn. Not Ming Ling and not my wife can
Mr.
get it.
Shoulder said
God
that
dog.
early morning racism.
Right?
Stop it through making your party liver than what it was.
Yes, she did. She came through and made that shit lively. How come you didn't hit the seems like you're ready button, Identity, when she said she could
Because
jump
I
on your
control
bone?
the damn soundboard. That's why. What are you talking about, bro?
His identity
That
soundboard.
shit ain't fair.
Seem fair to me.
All right, Stargate. Get out of here with
Okay,
your
I will go
catfish
ahead and leave,
picture.
last. Thank y'all for having me. It
Y'all
was
hit
in.
her cash app if you can, please. But go ahead.
Oh yeah, yeah. Listen, I appreciate everybody that's been cash apping me. I appreciate y'all because y'all love positive star. Y'all trying to bury Jimmy, but
Yeah, Jimmy's the gangster.
Jimmy
Stargate's
the
the
gangster.
princess.
Listen,
Mhm.
Jimmy
She an
don't
old
die.
ass princess. She'll never be a queen. She an old ass princess. But go
Is
ahead.
Star up here thirst trapping right now?
Yeah.
She doesn't have
That
to
was
do
Look
this
how
for
heavy that
Cash App.
filter is on that picture.
there is no filter
That
on it, and you
filter.
know that binary.
I
Damn.
wonder if that hair has straps.
Oh my!
He pulled that wig back. There are no edges.
It looks
I'm
itchy.
tired of both of y'all. I'm tired of both of y'all shit. This
Nah.
is my goodbye.
That's
My
Y'all,
right.
bad, my
That's right.
bad,
Let
my
her
bad.
shut
I'm
the hell
just
up.
messing.
Go
I'm
ahead,
just
girl.
messing.
Go ahead.
I want to say thank you, Shauna, for believing in me. And what happened, I love you so much. Yvonne and Trinigal. I mean, y'all give me, the what's the
It's your.
stamina
Mhm.
to put up with
Oh
binary.
shit.
And I really want to do a show, but I have to be inspired. So I really want to get that together for y'all. Oh, look at Happy Life. So
Happy Life is actually backstage. I don't know why he's doing
I'm
this
gonna
to
go
me.
ahead. Do you want me to drop down, or do you want me to
No,
say?
I want him to drop down. It's time to go. I got a show in the morning. What the hell? Y'all can't be hitting the link all late, coming in all late and shit. God damn. I'm not bringing him up, but we love you, Happy Life. We
We
love
love
you,
you,
but
Happy.
Damn.
it's time to go, man.
But what happened? Thank you so much, and Ron P. Thank y'all so
Thank
much
you
for
for
believing in
understanding.
me. I really, really appreciate y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and drop down, keep a professional star. And Lady Dimples, thank you for coming up here because I just love me some Dimples. But anyway,
Yeah,
I
me
love
too.
you too, Identity and Binary.
We
Peace,
love
And
you
peace,
y'all
too.
peace,
have a
peace.
great
Just
night.
like smoke. Love you, Star.
Love you, Star. I
We
can't
love you,
stand you.
Star.
I can't but stand you, Binary. I can't stand you.
All right, Star.
Hey,
Yo,
Binary, you do know that wigs itch, right?
that you exist.
Wigs itch.
Oh, wigs itch. Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
what I've
I'm just
heard.
checking. I didn't know if you, well, that's what you heard. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I've
What were you
heard.
about to say?
No, no, I thought you said that we exist because for whatever reason, Lady Dimples came up here acting like I'm holding you guys away from like the morning routine, the morning commute, not realizing I came to you guys first, but y'all can't do this shit. This was
Yeah,
supposed to be our show.
that time slot is brutal, bro.
And what comes with that time slot is brutal too, because you got to keep up with the B sector, and that shit moves like lightning. It moves
Yeah, I
like
don't have
lightning.
enough accounts to keep up with the beef sector. I need account to block the account to block the account. I don't have that level of protection, bro.
Right. Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, because it's I you know I love it because it's so drama filled. So of course I love it. I do have a question for you though. Did you hear Bombay's track that he had me on?
I did not.
You didn't hear it? Because what he did was okay, so you had to record it on 95 beats per minute or whatever and send him over the acapella version, right?
Mhm.
And what he did was he put me in that East Coast Philly Baltimore pocket to where I'm going off of like you know how there's like the four clicks, like dun 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 dun, like that's a bar
Mhm.
right there, dun dun. I think he has me starting like on the second or third bar, and so in my mind, I feel like I'm off beat. But that's what they do in Philly a lot because I remember when I remixed Propane's joint, I put him where like after you're done with a bar, you hear that snare hit. Dun, 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 tsh, dun, 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 dun,
Mhm.
dun, 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 tsh, dun, 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 dun. But he has me, it's like a tsh, dun, 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 tsh, dun, dun, tsh. And so in my mind, I'm like, oh shit, it sounds off to me. But that's how Propane likes to rap as well. So I'm just like, I'm letting it ride out, but in my mind, it's not clicking. But everybody's saying it's good, and so I'm like, okay. But in my mind, it's like, damn, it just feels like it's off to me slightly, man.
Yeah,
But you gotta go
Propane
check it out.
style is I know he has a specific style. I'm not from that cloth either. Like I know
Hmm.
he's different. He's a little different
Right.
with the his cadence and his like whatever pocket he's in. Yeah. Yeah,
Hmm.
I know what I haven't heard the song. Now I'm interested to hear the song now.
Right, yeah, you should go check it out. It is pretty dope. And just let me know though. Let me know if you think I'm slightly off beat on it because in my mind I just feel like but like I said, maybe he's putting me on beat cuz I could be way off because even when I was rapping back in the day, people would say that I'm kind of off beat when I'm just feeling like that's where the snare is at, so this is where I'm rapping. So y'all leave me the hell alone.
Mhm.
That's just what I'm comfortable with. Oh, and I did want to say this real quick and then we can get the hell out of here when we were talking about no, never mind. I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna talk about it. All right, we'll leave that alone. Go ahead, identity. Get your
You
shit out.
sure? You good?
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure I'm good because I'm trying to learn not to overshare, and I think it was about to be
Uh
yeah, it's about to be one of those overshare moments, and I don't want to do
okay. Okay.
that. Yeah. So
Yeah,
all right.
I probably overshared tonight. I mean, but it is what it is. If you can find me through my turmoil of relationship, by doxing me through that, go ahead, do your thing. Good,
Oh
more
shit.
power to you.
Nobody's doing that.
But
I don't think anybody's doing that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. This was fun. This was fun. One of those conversations a lot of people, especially a lot of dudes, probably don't want to talk about. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? I think you said you want to do a show on that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just having those conversations a
Suppressing
lot of men
emotions.
don't have.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Mhm.
Getting over that embarrassment and all that other stuff. But yeah, this was cool. This was cool.
Yep.
Shout out to the exes out there, I guess. I don't know. We are who we are because of
To the
them,
exes
right?
that aren't stalking, yeah, facts.
We are
Yeah.
who we are because of them.
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah.
Appreciate it. Well, much better person. I appreciate you not being here. Cool. Uh, but yeah, 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 yeah. And I was hoping that flat earther dude came up. I was man,
Nah, he's a
yeah,
chat banger, bro.
my sword is sharp now, man. It's crazy. I have not this was not something I would thought I'd be doing, but I am like so close to just start doing like some flat earth stuff because it's
Mhm.
just a big interest to me. But it's also sad because you start realizing like, damn, you're really stuck on this.
Yeah.
But any flat earthers out there, hey, I'm up for the challenge. I'm over at Q Butters. When they go live, I'm in and out. Come try and cut me there. Be prepared with whatever information you got, because I will probably destroy you with your own source.
Mm, mm, mm.
That's usually what I do. And it's not the flex. It's more the I'll be more excited if you learn something other than just me hurting you with it. So
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
I'm all about teaching the people. I'm good with that. But
Facts.
if you have information that it is flat, let me know. And I
I
doubt
might
it.
just start studying flat earthers just to fuck with you. We'll see.
Yeah, it's a world, yo. It is a
I bet.
world.
I
And
bet.
last thing, last thing, there's somebody out there. I wish I had the name, but somebody actually is offering flying flat earthers and they call them globalists or whatever, whoever believes in the globe,
Hmm.
flying them to putting them on sending them to Antarctica to get the
What?
truth. Yo,
What
because it's
the hell?
expensive. It's expensive. There's a website out
Wow.
there. Next time I'll get the information. I just learned about it. That somebody's actually trying to put that together to end the whole conversation.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Put it together on places that we're forbidden to go, and we're probably forbidden to
Yes.
go there for a reason. So.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, it's expensive, one. And two, how many people fly in Antarctica? Where are you gonna sleep? Where are you gonna stay? There's no
No, that's right.
hotels sitting there
That's
waiting
right.
on you, but apparently some people think that it's, restricted. You can go. But anyway, long story short, that someone is actually trying to actually take like votes on who do you think should go. So,
Mm.
yeah, so it's interesting that that's happening.
Hopefully, it's
But
not one of them
even with that
suicide
information,
missions. You do
oh
everything that you
Jesus.
need to do to get out there, and your ass ain't never coming home.
Damn, bro. Why you had to go dark though?
Hey, man, you just never know.
Jesus,
Okay,
man.
you spending all that money to go somewhere that you're not even supposed to go. You gonna see some things you ain't supposed to see.
Yeah,
Next thing
yeah,
you know.
yeah. Well, if you see anything more than snow or penguins, something's wrong.
Hmm.
Because that's the only thing you should see out there. A lot of snow and some penguins.
And if you see a cliff that leads you to the abyss, you know the earth is flat.
But yeah, yeah, yeah. So anybody out there that feels like they can, kind of come up and cut me with it. I'm trying to go after that Sanchez guy, to be honest. He's
Right?
one of the
Brother
heavy hitters over
Sanchez.
there. Oh, I'm gonna get
Mhm.
him. I'm gonna get him. I've been calling him out. He doesn't know who I am yet, but he will.
Yeah.
He will. I'm calling his grifting ass out. But
Damn.
that's it for me. I'll
All right,
at
big
you
dog.
on the next one. Peace out,
All right.
everybody.
See you next Thursday, G. All right.
Peace.
Peace, peace, peace. Well, there you have it. Another show in the books. Hey. Listen, I love Thursdays. I even gave a little bit of extra time, right? I think we're like 17 minutes, 30 minutes pretty much. No, 17 minutes overtime. I can give that to shows like this. You know what I mean? I could sacrifice a little bit of sleep because I'm not even going to go to sleep after this. I got to do a little bit more homework for the morning show. The chat was cutting up. Thank you guys for taking such a serious topic and giving serious responses with a little bit of humor. That makes for a very, very good show. I hope you learned something today, or I hope at least you something, maybe some confirmation that you did some right things, or maybe some things that challenged you, like, okay, I really got to start looking at myself differently in situations like this. That's all these Thursday shows are for. Just to get a good look at yourself and to figure out what's going on in your life so that you can be better. You know what I mean? And it's not like we're professionals trying to tell you how to live, because we're doing all this stuff so that we can get better as well. We're all the same up in this bitch. All right. I'll see y'all in the morning. Peace.
And you can't stop. Yo, a lot of niggas lost their pops to the drug game. Other niggas lost their blocks when the thugs came. They knew how to box, they ain't know about the slug game. Soon as the money get right, that's when the love change. Niggas know who to call when they want raw. Kiss is the cornerstone of the corner store. D-block general, he stay shining. In the back of the van, 2K9 and my dope so strong it's giving fiends the hiccups. Coke so high, got niggas doing stick-ups. Found out another nigga dead, light the piff up. Make sure one is in the head, load the fifth up. Played my hand right, baby, I held aces. Nothing on the scene but blood and shell casings. Nike gloves on the team, they can't trace us. Snitches in the witness protection, getting facelifts. These niggas will never be able to fuck with me. Say my grace before I give them $150. The whole hood with me, they hating, we all spiffy. Everything's a short shot, none iffy.
He said, I let it bang in your body jaw, how you leaking? Skirt up in the corn, 50 on the dash, you know that I'm leaving. 100 round drum at the bottom of my gun, so I get the squeezing. Don't fuck with my squad, my nigga, come home, we don't do all that beefing. Come to your house on the weekend, put on all black on them creeping. Terror recorded, can I see me? So the phone gon' have to free me. I'm a lion that's a rah-rah, damn whenever I be eating. In the streets, I be hearing up. Matter of fact, I be at the mall. Got the pulling out them damn blue, yo be feeling love, cause I like the ball. Don't get me started, I clear the house. wrong. A nigga used to breaking all the law. Caught the gram, then I caught the ball. Caught the zip, then I copped it all. Say you body better pipe down. Catch you lacking when you out of bounds. When I click it back, the bullet bite down. Click it back, the bullet bite down. You a little rassy, you can get raw. I take your cheesy. Your bitch wanna fuck and I got a way the pussy be queefing. Pour on some liquor, I roll some gay, you know she be chiefing. And if I get a pregnant, she take a blame B cause I won't let her keep it.